Guys, welcome back to Daily Blue Weekly. My name's Bluey.
My name's Gabe.
And this is your weekly dose of all the news stories that matter, but it's mostly the ones that don't. Gabe, back to work this week. It's hot. I'm flat. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm feeling flat.
Me too, a little bit, but not because of work. Mostly because of just the physically demanding activities we've been getting into.
We've been back at... Fight camp started this week.
It did.
Yeah. I'm tired. I think it's a combination of... It's the heat, it's being back on the tools, and fucking we're fighting now.
Which has been exciting.
It's real. It's good. I love it. So, guys, welcome back, by the way. If you're just joining us after your holidays, welcome. We missed you.
We did, dearly.
We're glad you're back because, it hasn't been the same without you. But, we've been here the whole time.
Yeah, we've been doing our thing.
Waiting here like a fucking lost dog, waiting for you to come home.
Was there any news on your end before we get into boxing training?
Yeah. I have, what did we do? First of all.
No. Also, before you get into that, Bluey has brought a can of nationally loved white Monster, and it wasn't cold, so he's got a glass and ice and pouring the Monster into it. A glass of Monster is an atrocity.
It's pretty nuts. I'm not going to lie to you. This is fucking one of the crazy things I've ever done.
Man, I realised that's what you were doing, mate. I was in utter shock.
So, sad news. My local IGA is closing.
Oh, no.
And I think there's a fucking Woolies going in there.
Yeah.
You know how we feel about that.
We do.
But so I just went in there to purchase a refreshment to try and spark me up before this pod, and all the sugar-free mothers were on the shelf, so they're hot. And I said, that won't do. So obviously got myself a glass of ice from your house. This is one of the fucking more fucking retarded things I've done.
I can't believe any energy drink in a glass. That's fucking crazy.
That's insane behaviour, eh? I do apologise.
Is that your Monster of choice? Everyone seems to love the white one.
I don't normally drink them. I just need, when I feel like I need to fucking bring my best to the show and I'm feeling below par, I will go for a heavily caffeinated drink, but obviously trying to cut the sugar out now we're in camp, which is fucking another reason why I'm probably feeling flat, because I'm not treating.
No,
I've cut my treats out. I'm limiting. Well, I say that I won't eat treats through the week, and then I'll get to the weekend, I'll just eat the week's worth of treats.
between
Friday arvo and Sunday night. I'll eat what I would have eaten from Monday to Friday.
Be like, I'm not doing it on the day of training.
Yeah.
And it makes you feel better
just
about it.
completely cancel out any work that we're doing. But I had a good week. I'm trying to think what I fucking did. I've had heaps of fucking good shit happen. So big news straight off the bat, confirmed, I'm going to Las Vegas.
Going to watch the footy?
Yeah, bought tickets. So me and three of the boys we booked our flights and accommodation and bought tickets for the footy.
So sick.
So it's like I did it, and I was like, it was one of those impulsive decisions that's going to cost me a lot of money and leave me hurting for a month after it, like physically, mentally, financially. I can't wait. I'm so fucking excited. I've been thinking about it as soon as we pulled the trigger, like last Sunday. I fucking can't wait. I've been thinking about it like every day. It's fucking nuts. So I'll just explain to you firstly. Sorry. So we fly on Friday morning, Friday the 1st of March, because you're flying backwards in time to America. So we leave at 11 a.m. Sydney time. We land at LAX 6 a.m. Friday, same day.
Yeah.
Friday night, Saturday footy, Sunday, fly home Monday.
Wow.
I'm there for 3 days.
So
I'll be back, and then you lose a day coming back. So I land in Sydney 6 a.m. Wednesday. I'll be back to do the pod Thursday. So I will not even miss an episode.
Yeah.
Barring I die or something. Or I fucking hit a fucking crazy jackpot on blackjack or something.
Fuck, mate, I hope I get to see you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, who knows?
Well, you won't. This is me telling you.
This could be it.
That's the end of Daily Blue Weekly. Bluey wins the fucking major in Vegas.
Just for a week. Just so I run out of money.
Yeah, true.
So that's big news. I can't wait. I'm going with 3 of the boys. I won't name them because 2 of them are professionals. But the 2 professionals are the last 2 blokes on earth I thought would come. They both have 2 young kids each.
Wow.
And wives that they're leaving to come to Las Vegas with me.
And the more you think about it, it makes more sense that they're leaving.
Yeah. One of them...
They've just spent all Christmas with the wife and kids. They just need to blow off some steam.
Yeah.
Everyone else is blowing off steam during Christmas. They're just not.
Yeah, no, they got a lot of pent up. It's going to be sick. One of them was like, I have no annual leave, 2 young kids, a wife and a business. He's like, let's go. So that's like...
That's all time.
And it's just been the ultimate carrot. Like, because we literally booked it the day before we went back to work. So we booked it last Sunday, just before returning to work on Monday.
That
I was
makes so much sense.
mate, I was like, why the fuck am I not booking my next holiday the day? Because I was
the
like,
day you go back.
because now I'm like, it's literally 8 weeks.
Yeah.
So now I got a beautiful carrot. I got 8 weeks. I could just get my head down for 8 weeks, stay off the piss, train hard for 8 weeks, and then I'm going to Las Vegas for a weekend.
Undo all the hard work.
Undo
the boxing.
Everything I'm going to learn and anything positive I'm going to do for my body is going to be gone.
Yeah.
Can't wait. I honestly can't wait. I'm fucking so excited. Yeah. So that's big news. Slightly less exciting news, but something fun that happened through the week. Have you ever been to the RMS to like renew your license or any shit like that?
Yes, I have.
Talk to me like overall as an experience. Do you find it positive, negative, torture, boring, slow, fast?
Dull is the first word that comes to mind when I think of those joints.
Okay. Me too. And I think probably
Everyone else listening.
I would think a lot of people agree that. So I had a fucking really positive experience there the other day. So
Walking out of that joint with anything other than a meh is crazy.
I walked out giggling and smiling.
That's sick. I'm ready for this.
So fucking my license, another classic fucking I'm a dumb cunt story. My license expired on December 30th. So I was driving around without with an expired license but
Allegedly.
no, I'll confess to that one. It's been rectified now. Well, I wasn't driving around that much, but so I couldn't renew it online because I had to do a vision test because I got a heavy rigid license. So I had to go in and do a vision test. So I couldn't actually renew it until they opened. I've gone in and I explained that to the guy. He's like waiting for you on the front counter and it was busy. And he goes, mate, you're going to be here for about 45. I got you. I won't describe him because I don't want to get this bloke in trouble, but he fucking ruled.
But he just decided he's going to hook
He goes,
up.
I got you, fam. So he goes, bang, cuts me straight to the queue. Like just walked in front of everyone to this one desk that was open. He goes like, Cynthia, are you available? I don't know if her name was Cynthia. Not important. Are you available? Just got to do a vision test. Yeah, no worries. Hold your left eye. HA, blah, 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 blah. Right eye, blah, blah, blah. 12 seconds, bang, done. Takes me back to the computer.
Yeah.
Renews my license on the computer. Like, it's done. I was in there for like 3 minutes, and then as I'm doing it, he made some very sexist and funny comments.
Which makes me start to think he might know you.
Well, I don't know. I hadn't thought about it until just now, but he's like, yeah, who the fuck said men can't multitask? And I was like, good one, brother. And he's like, yeah, fucking women. And I was like, all right. He's like, yeah, that's why I'm single. Yeah. I was like, yeah, okay.
That adds up, brother.
We're starting to get a bit deep now. It was great. It fucking honestly, I was so stoked. And then, so I was in the RMS for like 4 minutes in total and new license. And I'd like to think I made a new friend.
No, that's awesome.
It was great. It was great.
Anytime a bloke ends a sense of just like fucking women,
Yeah.
it just makes you laugh. Even
Yeah.
if you agree with them or not.
Yeah, it was really, really funny. And also, yeah, like got in and out in like fucking like 4 minutes. So that was very pleasant.
That is fucking really
So
sick.
that very, very rare that you get something like that. But yeah, and I think that's kind of it. Like I said, just getting stuck back into the week at work, kind of eased in Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday was a bit hard for my liking. Today did a little bit more than I would have liked to.
Yeah.
I think I'm feeling it a little bit, but I'd say a lot of people are probably in the same boat. I am kind of resentful of everyone that's got that extra week. I don't know if you know anyone that's like not back at work till next week.
I do actually.
Yeah. I mean, in my head, I'm going like, it's good. We've ripped the Band-Aid off. Like we're back into it already. But it also in my head, I'm like, fuck those cunts.
Do you know a couple?
Yeah, I know a couple.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, good on you if you're in a position to have 3 weeks off of Christmas.
Just rubbing your nose in it. And if you were them, you'd be doing the same, to be fair.
Yeah, but also fuck them.
Yeah, but also fuck you.
For sure. Yeah. What about you, mate? How's your week been?
My week's been good. As I said to you before, it's like just so much has gone by, especially since boxing camp started. I feel like so much has unfolded. I can't believe it was just last week. But on the weekend, my Mrs. Lil, her mum's guy she's seeing decided to take us axe throwing.
Yeah.
So he's getting like brownie points with us, I suppose.
Trying to win the kids over.
I think he's just a good guy, to be honest.
Well, of course you do. He took you axe throwing. Of course you think he's good. He took you axe throwing.
Yeah.
That was the whole point.
And like, have you ever done something like that?
No. So the place where the axe throwing used to be indoor virtual golf. Fucking sick.
Yeah. Oh, I did used to drive past that.
Yeah, it was a really cool like indoor golf, and you could get like big pizzas and get on the pit. Really fun for like buck shows and lads weekends and stuff. But the axe throwing looks like a lot of fun.
Oh, it is cool, and it's like obviously it's like like smash room. I was saying like the only thing that could make this better is if you were throwing it at like plates or like glass.
Yeah, like breaking.
You're just making shit break.
Limp Bizkit playing in the background the whole time.
Yeah.
Just one of those days.
Slight gripe I have with it, not that I was getting on the piss anyway, but it's completely sensible, is you're only allowed 2 drinks like while you're throwing axes, which is so fair, but also like
it's fair,
bullshit.
but yeah, it's fair, but no. Like, I want to get fucking hammered
and peg axes.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a direct correlation between the more you want to drink or the more you drink and the more you want to throw axes. Yeah. So it's probably, I mean, it is sensible. It's probably a legal requirement too, to be fair.
Definitely.
That's good.
This chick came out and had to give you a big spiel. Like, you ever been to a venue and they kind of have this thing ready to talk you all through before they can let you do the activity?
Yeah. It's a what do they call it? A fucking,
Disclaimer,
like a waiver, disclaimer. Yeah.
The joint I went to is called Maniacs.
Yes.
And she's like, blah, 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 and don't wave it around unless you want to be a lunatic. And I went, that's the biggest lap of all time. It's the name of the joint's Maniacs, and you've said lunatic. What's doing?
Yeah, but obviously a woman. They're not funny. A bloke would have fucking nailed that.
I genuinely was scoffed.
I'm just joking. There's heaps of funny females. I'm just being a dickhead.
I genuinely went, because it's on the fucking wall.
What the fuck are we doing here? Well, that's annoying.
Yeah, but beat the missus, as you'd expect. It looked like she was going to be better than me at the start, and then she's like, let's play for points, and it just activated.
Then you started trying.
Yeah. I actually was trying. That's a funny thing. And then we're playing for points, and something activated in me, and took it to town.
Don't want to lose to a girl.
Then we went to Milky Lane, which I actually hadn't eaten at.
Good.
It is good.
Good.
I used to have this stigma about it that I don't like over-the-top burgers. And, like, I had this stigma. It was, like, them and Rascals where it's, like, mac and cheese, 6 patties, maple bacon.
They're crazy. There was a phase. It's kind of like... I don't even know what the example would be for what's current, but there was a phase probably, like...
Huge fat, eh?
Just pre-COVID where, like, burger joints were just taking the piss.
Putting ice cream on, like...
Literally, like... It was getting obscene. Milky Lane were a serial offender.
Yeah, so they were. Great. So my stigma was fair.
Great for Instagram, though. Like, some of them looked amazing, but then they had, like, syringes with melted cheese in them.
Yes, dude. Yes.
Not necessary. Like, fucking dairy milk fucking burgers and shit. Like, just...
What's going on
Not
here?
necessary.
And now I think the new fad with burgers is, which I'm a much bigger fan of.
They're going for quality.
Well, it's the smash
burgers.
patty.
Yeah,
and
bro.
it is fucking better.
Yeah.
I much prefer those nice thin bits of meat opposed to that thick shit.
Yeah, we were in New York at the start of the year.
Oh, yeah.
But we got taken to a...
last year.
Last year. Beginning of last year. Oh, God.
Time flies, bro.
Yeah, we got taken to like some famous, like, it's nuts. Like, and like potato bun and like smash patties, fucking...
Grouse, eh?
Made by some nice Jewish gentlemen. You're like, respect.
There's some hard work.
Boys know what they're doing.
Shit.
Boys know what they're doing.
But so that's what I was surprised by. I was surprised. I looked at the menu and I've gone, oh, they've fucking tamed this down.
Yeah, they would have dialed it back. Especially probably this time of year. There's probably like, because I assume they're like, well, I don't know, but I assume they're like a regular like restaurant where they have a summer menu. Like they change, it's their menu seasonal. So potentially like
they would be, yeah.
This time of year when it's summer and people have just had a whole holiday season, it's like you're not looking for a fucking dairy milk double fucking beef burger
100%. Straight
after Christmas. You're like, maybe I'll just get a nice lean smash patty. Maybe.
I wound up with and at this joint, if you don't know Milky Lane, they like to, it's like hip hop inspired. I ordered the chick Kanye, no cheese, thanks. And I was impressed. I was fucking happy. It did the job.
Yeah, the food's good then. Rascals is also great. You should hit Rascals. That's a really good burger joint.
Yeah, right. I've said, but they're not. I swear their thing is still over the top.
They do a burger of the week that is
crazy,
very creative and crazy every week. I love them just for the creativity. Some of them are good. Some of them are pretty ordinary. Like but I don't know. But no, they do a few like staples that are really good. They do a Marty McFly, which is like their chicken one, and I can't remember what the plain beef one is, but no, they're really good.
Yeah, cool. Righto. I'm down to give them a go.
Very, very good.
After that, mate, I think we'll get into boxing camp, but just like leading up to boxing camp, I messaged you a few days before it. I went back to work and I had to lift up this fucking like bin full of dirt because I didn't have a wheelbarrow, and I had to fucking make my own wheelbarrow out of a trolley, but I still had to like lift it up a bit, like probably even just a little bit higher than this couch, and I wasn't doing it properly. I was fine that day. Next day I was just out here mucking around with the missus. Like I just like jumped twice and like pulled my back, and I was like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah,
and I was like, am I just a retard by like not doing it properly, or am I getting old, or is it a combination of both?
Yeah, it'll be a combination for sure.
Yeah,
It's fucking backs suck.
it was like a spike, bro. But like, so I was stressed, and I was like, I told you, I might not be able to come to camp, which would have been such a shock at getting on here episode 1.
You were scared to miss the first session, but you didn't miss it. You
didn't.
fucking toughed it out.
I didn't. It came good, and then we can fast forward to how we found boxing camp. Also, we're doing a little video series in the blue corner. If you want to see a little bit of lead up to the boxing camp, us in camp a little bit, when I can get some footage on our Instagram, Daily Blue News, Gabe X Thomas.
Yeah, there's going to be some cool stuff. We just learned today there's going to be some fucking heaps cool stuff.
That was a nice.
Say no more. There's going to be some very fucking... No, like actually though.
Yeah, I know. Extremely.
That text we just got, that's going to be big.
It's big.
It actually doesn't get any bigger.
Keep your eyes, keep your ears peeled.
Definitely watching the blue corner indefinitely.
True.
I don't know when it's going to be good.
I didn't even clock that.
Yeah.
That'll be in.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Don't get your hopes up. Wait for like a month, and then it's going to be hectic. Anyway, so we went to boxing training, so we've done 2 sessions. So we're recording this Thursday.
And we got boxing tomorrow as well.
So we train Monday, Wednesday, going to train. So we're going to, first, straight off the bat, he's like, how often are you planning on coming? We thought we could poke along for 2 sessions a week and maybe knock it up to 3 a month out from the fight. And he's like, Artie, who is our head coach, who is like fucking 100 years old.
Yeah.
He's got a hearing aid. He's like the most old school. He's got a mustache. He's like, I assume, quite sexist and funny. He's
hilarious.
He's old school as fuck, but he's very, very, he's got 1,000 slogans and catchphrases that he uses. He's like, you need to be doing 3 sessions a week. So I'm like, okay, straight off the bat.
I guess we are.
Yeah. So now we're doing 3 sessions a week, which is cool because it's fun. Like, they took it easy on us this first week. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah, definitely.
So we you go in, we do like 10 or 12 rounds on the bag. They've just taught us a few very, very basic combinations.
The technique, just.
Yeah, which we still can't. Like, we suck.
We do suck. I was like only... Like, you think a jab is so simple, and then it's just like, oh,
it's the most important punch.
I'm not doing this correct at all.
This is the most important punch.
Exactly.
As Artie's told us multiple times.
Leader.
So that was good. And then we do like 10 or 12 rounds on the bags, bit of work on the focus pads, someone in the ring with us.
6 minutes on the rope.
Yeah, and then like 6 minutes on the rope and then a bit of core. So it's a fun session. I think it's going to get significantly harder once we've got the basics down. He's going to start probably fucking hammering us.
And he's great for morale. Like
he's
like,
fun.
Like I was almost anticipating a drill sergeant, and like I was happy to kind of cop that. Like I was mentally prepared for that. To have Artie after that, I'm like, oh, like this is nice.
He's fun. We spoke about it on In the Blue Corner yesterday, but he left yesterday's session. We were doing our core at the end. We had like 5 minutes of core left. He left with like 3 minutes to go because he had a horse running.
He just goes, righto, I'll be back before he's go. I've got a race to watch.
And he fucked off out the back to watch this race on his phone. And then he come and he's like, fucking run third.
Yeah, the cunt lost, he goes.
So that's great. Love our coach.
Won't be taking his tips.
Yeah, not a great horse picker. So our mate Hags, who teed it all up, he's training with us, and there's an English fella, Lummy, who's Hags' mate. He's the gun. So
I haven't seen him yet.
He hasn't been there yet. He may still be. He's English, so he may not be back yet from overseas from Christmas. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking Artie's morale and a bit of technique and stuff, and Lummy's our secret sauce.
Okay,
that's
cool.
what I think. Could be wrong. We are crap, so I mean there may be no help in it. Artie was also concerned about how late we left it to start training.
Yeah, he's like, oh,
you've got to fight end of April. Well, that's not a lot of time. And I was like, I thought it was a lot of time.
Yeah, cunt. If only someone tried to get us in there earlier. That idea.
Oh, well, I'm not fucking training before Christmas. Fuck that.
He also goes,
I refuse to train before Christmas.
Nah, that's reasonable as fuck. He also goes, oh, well, as long as everyone else is like training for the same period, and we were like, oh yeah, and it's like, I don't know. Like, I don't fucking know if other boys started early or not, if they're training at all.
They could be training. I'm now starting to hear from multiple sources that one of the boys we're fighting is a proper fucking lunatic.
I don't know if one of them's a G up, mate. I don't know.
Yeah, I saw the video where he's like
He went to private school.
Yeah,
that's safest.
that's not true.
So you think he's baiting
I think
this?
I think he's from the Housing Commission. I think he might be a fucking psycho. I don't know.
So you think that was bait?
It's not bait. He was just being funny.
Oh, okay.
It's not bait. I don't think he thought we'd see it.
The mind games are settling in.
It's starting. Well, it's working because we're both fucking freaking out.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's gonna be a sick weekend. Apologies too because it's sold out. So if you didn't get a ticket to the podcast Royale, you can't go because it's sold out.
I don't think they are, and it would probably cost them an arm and a leg. But they should stream the thing.
They should.
Yeah.
They may. Who knows?
Yeah. As far as I know, they're not.
Yeah. So that's sick. Boxing camp first week will be in the bag tomorrow. That's it. I'm going to abstain from alcohol until, well, I have 3 massive things on between now and the fight. So I've got Vegas. Literally the weekend after I get back from Vegas, I've got a memorial game for a mate of mine, a footy, which will be drink.
Else now.
And then I have a wedding. And yeah, maybe the other thing that's very exciting that may happen. We don't know. Don't want to fuck.
But there might be beer involved in that.
I might have to drink a few times before the fight, which is not ideal. I was hoping. I mean, when the fight got announced, I was like, "Oh, I'll just stay off the piss till April. That'd be mad." And then all this awesome shit started happening. I was like, "Fuck,
that's not happening.
My life's too fucking fun."
Yeah.
So I'd rather get fucking knocked out than miss this fun shit. So I'm just gonna have to take my chances and hope I can fucking knock him out first.
That's a fair way to look at it.
Gonna have to, man. Life's short. You got a sauce.
Righto, guys. Final bit of news before we get into the news. We're launching a second episode over on Patreon next week.
Yeah, we're going to do a second episode every week. Yeah, so if you are interested, so it'll come out midweek. Yep. So we're still, don't worry, this beautiful free thing you're listening to right now will never ever change. It's still going to be long and thick and juicy and long lasting and everything you love about this episode.
We're not taking anything from this episode.
Never.
Put it over there.
Nothing.
This episode stays what it is.
It comes out at 6 a.m. on Fridays, all day, every day, till the end of time, till one of us fucking dies or kills the other one. That will never change. You have our word. But if you want a little bit more, if you go, Friday episode is nice, but you get to midweek and you go, wouldn't mind a little bit more of the boys.
Yeah.
You can't wait from Friday to Friday is a long time.
It's a long time.
Maybe
we've learned it's a long time.
It's getting longer. It feels like longer between drinks. So if you maybe get into midweek and you got a bit of a DBW hankering, then there's going to be something on Patreon for you.
Yep.
If that interests you, the first episode's going to come out mid next week. That's all we'll say.
Yep.
It's there. If you like it, go with it. If you don't, send it right back.
Check the socials because we won't put it in this week's show notes because the whole thing isn't actually prepared yet. But check the socials, next week's show notes, all that good shit. You'll be able to get your mitts on it.
Exciting stuff, Gabe. That's the news. We're caught up.
That's not the news.
Well, that's some news.
That's some news.
That's news that pertains to this show. Also, I just need to give a shout out to the titty sucking clinic you just put on before we started this show. You were like,
"Oh yeah,
I love you.
I love my girl, man."
Yeah, it's gay. News time. People who are complaining I don't do enough local news on this show. Well, there's some very good local news this week. It is 6 days old, so I do apologise. This news did break literally the day after the podcast aired last week. Deal with it. Premeditated cruelty. Man allegedly throws live chicken to alligators at New South Wales Zoo. This happened just north of Newcastle at Oakvale Farm.
Singo area?
No, fucking Nelson Bay on the way.
Saltash. That way.
Saltash on the way to the bay. A man has been charged after allegedly throwing a live chicken into an alligator enclosure at a New South Wales zoo. The chicken is believed to have been killed at Oakvale Wildlife Park in Saltash, which is, like fucking half an hour north of here.
Okay, yeah.
On January 2nd, after a man allegedly removed the bird from its coop and threw it into an alligator enclosure. A 57-year-old man attended Singleton Police Station on January 4, where he was charged with committing an act of aggravated cruelty upon an animal. Now, I did a little bit more diving into this article when the news broke. The chook was beloved. The chook was
like a kind of
it was part of
hero.
It was part of a breeding program, and it helped. It was like a love chook, and its name was Betty White. I don't know if you remember Betty White, the Hollywood actor.
Yeah.
So R.I.P. Betty White. We're obviously sad.
R.I.P. to both Betty Whites.
R.I.P. OG and Chook Betty White. These guys are fucking psycho. I'm sorry this is old news, but hey, we had to talk about it. This is fucking lunatic behaviour.
When you were saying that, I'm like, oh, that just sounds like some teenage behaviour. Like, you're not
was a-
thinking,
it
you
was a
don't
s-
really grasp animal cruelty. You're just doing something fucking ridiculous because it'll be see a croc eat this thing.
It was a 60-year-old man. That's proper psycho shit.
What is his vendetta against Betty White, do we think?
What? Like, I tried to think, because I wrote an article about it on Daily Blue News on Instagram. If you're not following, do it.
Get amongst it.
And I was like trying to find a funny angle, and I was like, what, why the fuck would you do that?
Yeah.
Other than the fact that you're completely unhinged.
No, and your angle did wind up funny. It's to teach the kids that life's cruel.
Yeah, life can be, and it can be over in an instant. That was, but I was like, why the fuck would anyone do something like that? He's gone into an enclosure, but he's obviously just a fucking psycho.
So you would assume he's from around there. You would assume he knows the chook is beloved.
Well, I don't know. He went to Singleton police station, so maybe if he was charged at Singleton, that's not close to Saldash.
No.
And I don't know if he knew Betty White was beloved. I think he may have just by luck plucked
Nice.
like a chook.
Nice.
Betty White out of the pen. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if it was premeditated in that respect, if he was out to assassinate Betty White the chook.
Assassination. Someone's called a hit on beloved Betty White.
It could be a hit.
It could be a hit.
It could have been a paid hit. We honestly don't know.
Is this so she's a part of a breeding program or something?
The chook was special.
Yeah.
One of the articles I read was like, this wasn't no ordinary chook. This chook was loved, and it might have been like a special.
I'm just trying to find, like, maybe there's a rival farm, a rival breed, and they're like, we're sick of fucking Betty White getting all the love. People loving this farm. We need to take her out.
You could be right. There's nothing to suggest that it's not that. What the fuck have I got my headphones on? I never wear my headphones.
No, you don't.
Fuck me.
I didn't even clock it.
That was fucking dumb. Anyway, back to Betty White. R.I.P. Devastating stuff. I hope they throw the book at him.
Now, it's fucked up, but I do think, like, I would be. It doesn't have to be a live chook. I want to throw something in an alligator's mouth.
Yeah. The other thing I did think, it is gnarly. It wasn't a saltwater croc, because originally I was like, oh, saltwater, because like gators like to put, like, they're not. Salties are the fucking
bad man.
They're the OG.
Yeah.
They're the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
A gator would obviously still be pretty sick. But I was in my head, I was picturing. Do you ever go to the Australian Reptile Park?
No, not from memory.
Okay. Oh, you wouldn't. Yeah. Okay. So that's like Gosford, or like on the way to Sydney.
Yeah.
But there was a huge croc down there.
It has a
called
big
Eric.
dinosaur. Fucking yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah.
And there was Eric, and they had saltwater crocs there.
You love Eric.
Eric,
We spoke about Eric numerous times.
I will continue to.
You will remember him for the rest of your days.
I love that croc. Yeah. Well, they had Eric, and like salties. When you see a gator and you see a salty, you're like,
Day night.
yeah, there's one, King of the Jungle, to use the incorrect term.
King of the swamp.
King of the swamp.
Not even a swamp.
King of the fucking.
King of the salt.
King of the puddle. So that's cool. I hope that guy gets in lots of trouble.
I wouldn't mind going croc jumping. Have you heard, like, they fucking hold maybe dead chooks or meat and they jump out?
One of my mates said that's a really dumb, fucking terrible, because they do it for tourists, up in the territory and stuff. So for anyone that's not sure what we're talking about, what Gabe was describing is they take boats full of tourists out. They're big boats. They're like they take them on a river.
Big enough.
They're not huge, but they're like a big, kind of safe looking boat. And you're quite up high, and they dangle meat out the side of these boats, and crocs fucking shoot up out of the water for the meat. My mate said what a fucking terrible idea that is, because the crocs, not that they didn't already, but they then associate people with food. So when they see people, they think, fucking, I'm getting food.
I'm getting fed.
So let's fucking...
And if they don't have something to feed them with, their mind's still thinking about food.
Which they probably do anyway. They're fucking, like, they're the...
That also makes sense.
They're the apex predator.
Yeah.
So...
I was willing to buy into it till you said that.
They eat what
if the cunt's hungry, the cunt's hungry.
They eat what they want anyway. So, I mean, RIP Betty White. Should be sorely missed.
Yeah.
And I hope that guy rots in hell.
My thoughts are with you, Betty. Probably the most viral sensation of 2024 yet. Old head comedian Cat Williams has gone off on just about everyone on the Shay Shay Club. What's his name? Shannon, I don't know. He's a footballer. ex-NFL player.
Yeah, he played for the Denver Broncos. Yeah, it's gone ballistic. My algorithm, I obviously enjoyed the clip because I just keep getting fed clips from this podcast from Club Shay Shay. So Cat Williams is very, very funny. He's
Hilarious.
he's an African-American stand-up he's been at it. He's old school. He's like
if you heard his voice, you'd be like, oh, I've heard that voice.
Yeah, you'd know, and he's hilarious. I mean, if you listen to this, you've probably seen clips from this podcast, or if you haven't watched, I haven't watched the whole thing, but
I don't know
I've watched,
how you could miss it.
There's been some great clips from it. He fucking unloaded on everyone and everything. Like, it was great.
He was in a sense confirming the Illuminati.
He was calling out.
He was saying how weird Hollywood is. Like, people were saying they're going to suck his dick.
Calling
for
out
jobs.
Harvey Weinstein. He said he called Harvey Weinstein decades before it happened, which a lot of people did. The Epstein stuff. Yeah, like Illuminati stuff.
I think it was Ludacris. He said like him and Ludacris had a meeting with the Illuminati, and Kat told him to get fucked. And the other option's like, well, I'll give you $20 million for 10 movies or some shit.
200 million. It was. Yeah. He said Ludacris took Ludacris joined the Illuminati
to pretty much do Fast and Furious.
Pretty much, yeah. And he said you get 20 million for 10, like per movie for 10 movies. Dave Chappelle went on a similar rant about this years ago when Chappelle, which Cat Williams talked about in his, but Chappelle talked about. I'm a huge Dave Chappelle fan. When he turned down 50 million for Chappelle's show, and like he got like massive character assassination, they called him crazy and said he was smoking crack. And then he came back years later and he sat on Oprah and he talked about Oprah and he said, this shit, like you just get put in these positions and people start calling you crazy. And he was sort of talking about his experience with like the Hollywood elites and he was talking about, and he talked about Martin Lawrence, and he said like as soon as a black comedian gets to a certain level, they always try and put him in a dress. Yeah, they always pop up in it. And Cat Williams pretty much said the exact same thing. He said Eddie Murphy happened with The Nutty Professor. Yeah. Martin Lawrence did Big Mama's House. Kevin Hart's doing it. He said like when these black comedians get to a certain level, they all of a sudden start doing movies where they're wearing dresses, and it's just this weird. And he's like, it was very cool. It's kind of
that is what he was saying. It's very fucking weird to think about because like I don't know, you can watch that and like a comedian wearing a dress or like a bloke wearing a dress in a movie like can be funny. Like,
on the surface,
it's not necessarily just like a fucked up thing.
On the surface, it is, but what Kat's saying is like there's more to it.
That's
like
what they're saying.
It's like you are the joke now. Whereas before like their comedy might have been the joke, or you are the joke now. They're laughing at you. Yeah, like it's not like. You know what I mean? It's not what you wrote, or it's not your stand-up set, or it's not whatever. It's like now we're just laughing because you're wearing a dress. So it's yeah. I mean, on the surface, it's like, oh, it's fun. It's Eddie Murphy playing a chick, but it's like yeah. So but he sort of blew it all up. Called Kevin Hart an industry plant.
Yeah. So Chappelle didn't do that. Sorry, Kat has done this.
Cat Williams did that. Yeah. Called Kevin Hart an industry plant. Like fully just said it.
Yeah. He's
from Philly. How the fuck was he building his stand-up career in Philly, and then at the same time he came over to the West Coast and fucking had like 3 shows straight away. Yeah. He's like, it doesn't make sense. And he's like, he's an industry plant. He just
said, what do you think a plant is? That's his quote.
He just, mate, he fucked everyone up. Yeah. He just was like, Kanye, he had a great take on Kanye West. He was like, Shay asked him what he thought about Kanye West. He's like, what the fuck am I supposed to think about Kanye West? He goes, you pumped this bloke up to think he was God, and then everyone's like,
why does he think he's
been a lunatic? Like, what are we supposed to do? It's like, he's a lunatic. You made him a lunatic. Like,
and also he was the weird kid when he came in the game. He was wearing the pink polos. Like, that was new for that time. And then like the weird guy does something weird, and you expect me to be shocked by it.
Yeah, it's like it was a very sensible. Like,
bro, he's extremely well spoken, and he can articulate, and his ideas were very interesting.
It was good. It was one of those, because normally when shit goes viral, I'm like, this is fucking crap. I got hooked into this one. I like conspiracies. I like people. Like, he's almost whistleblowing to a degree. Yeah. He's a fucking very, very funny bloke. Loved it. If you haven't seen it, it's a Club Shay. It's gone like, did a couple $100 million in like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, it's nuts.
It's fucking nuts. Heaps of good clips in it. Shannon, we should learn his name because that's fucking dog shit from us.
I want to say Briggs.
So do I, else? But I don't think it's Shannon Briggs.
Who is Shannon Briggs? Shannon Sharp.
Oh, he won 3 Super Bowls. Yeah, he must have gone all right.
He was pretty handy.
He could play the game. So, yeah, he did a really good job of just steering it. He would ask him a question. Cat would say something loose and he would just let him go. He wasn't trying to like shut him up or we can't talk about that. He called Kim Kardashian.
He must have been sitting there counting his money, bro.
Yeah.
When Cat was just going off, he would just been like, wow, this is sick.
He called Kim Kardashian a whore.
Yep. Straight up just said he married a whore.
And he's like, I didn't mean it like that. I mean, he knew what he was doing. She's a whore.
He knew it when he got into it. That's what he fucking said.
It was great. It was really good. After you finish this podcast, I recommend you go and check out Club Shay Shay.
I listened to the whole front half is where he like says loads of gnarly shit. And like his life is interesting. He's a fucking extremely interesting guy. I did fall asleep during it though. Let me just read this because you said one thing absurd that like wasn't to do with celebrities. That it was like probably the most unbelievable thing he said. Cat Williams said he reads 3,000 books a year.
I believe him. It's only 100. It's only 100 a day. It's only like 70 books a day. Let me quickly crunch the numbers on that just to see if it's 3,000 divided by 365. Oh, it's only that's not right. 3,000 divided by 365. It's 8 books a day, bro. That's doable.
Nah,
I'm only joking.
But I was jailing him his sub. I was like, I could do it. She's like, fuck off. I was like, yeah, I could read a kid's book.
Yeah,
but like, it's.
I don't even think I could do that.
Him saying that and that being the most absurd thing is just so funny in the context of that whole fucking interview.
The before this, I saw clips. People telling stories about Cat Williams. Apparently, he's incredibly generous for up-and-coming comedians. So there was loads of stories. I can't remember who told it, but there was stories about... So he would just bob up at like the... what was that really famous club in LA? Comedy Store.
Yeah.
And he would just bob up at the Comedy Store when like up-and-comers were on and, you know, no money. They're all just like battling, waiting tables and shit and just hoping to make it.
Yeah.
And Cat's been successful for a long time, so he's always had a lot of money. And he would just bob up and... leave money for these up and coming comedians. Leave like $1,000 for these comedians and
so
be like,
cool.
Leave it in an envelope in the dressing room or in the green room. Or there was a story of one guy opening. He knew Cat Williams was performing that night at the Comedy Store and he was on. He goes, "Oh fuck, this is amazing." He said, "I went out and had a really really good set, but I was fucking sort of looking around for Cat and I hadn't seen him. I was like, fuck, like." Really wanted to kill it because he was there and like I sort of look up to him. And then next minute he's gone in the green room and Cat Williams was there and he said, apparently he's like, "Young man, that was stupendous." and he gave him like $4,000. Which the bloke was meant to make like fucking $50 for the night.
Yeah.
And Cat Williams gave him $4,000.
I would
and
love to be in a position to be that generous.
Oh. And then he goes, and then apparently as Cat Williams was walking away, he goes, "You're coming on tour with me, mark my words." And he took him on tour and he opened for him for 3 years. He did like 800 shows with him.
So cool.
So
man.
sick. So apparently he's the fucking man. Yeah.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, apparently he's like properly the man.
The two things that seemed to hit close to home for him, and he like called Shannon out for it. And that was another cool thing about what he did was like he was kind of saying like, "Shannon, you should have fucking stood up for me when these people were saying shit on your show." This guy like stole his joke, like,
yep.
And you watch the videos and you're like, "Oh, that guy fucking stole his joke."
Yep.
And it was hilarious. He was talking about the timelines of it all happening, and the other guy was trying to say the timeline didn't.
One of the producers was trying to,
and he's just like, "Where doesn't it line up?"
Yeah, one of the producers chimed in and was trying to say that it didn't line up or something. He's like, "Shut up, cunt! It fucking like I know what I'm talking about." Yeah, very good, very very good stuff. That's been going viral.
Yeah, I love Cat. After that, like I'd never watched his stand up.
Yeah.
But I will be.
Dave Chappelle has a new special out on Netflix now. It came out last week. I haven't watched it yet.
And Gervais just had one come out.
Yeah, that's good. It wasn't his best, but it was still good. Yeah.
I'm 50-50 on Gervais these days.
I'm a fan. Oh, these days he's playing into it a bit, but it's still good. I liked it. All right, Gabo, this one looks like it's going to annoy the fuck out of me.
Warner Brothers turn every Sopranos episode into 25 seconds long and post it to TikTok.
Yeah, that's...
Have you watched The Sopranos?
No, not fully, but I'm aware of the reverence around it as a series and as a pivotal moment in sort of in TV.
So I went on it. They're doing like just like episode 1, episode 2, blah blah blah, and they're just clipping it together so you can vaguely follow it.
It seems sacrilegious.
I would fully agree. It also just plays into, I guess, the brain rot culture of today. But what they're doing right. It is a marketing ploy.
Is that will they get people to watch a full episode?
At the end of it, it says like streaming on HBO Max.
Okay, so it is. Yeah. So on the surface, it does annoy me. but also it's just probably good marketing from them.
Yeah.
Still annoys me.
and it did make me want to watch it.
Yeah. 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 I mean, but like you say, it just plays into like just this fucking dumb TikTok brain rot, fucking young people. Like no one can invest. I mean, I'm just as bad. I purely can't invest in TV series because I fall asleep. Like I just fully fall asleep. But I think it's just that concerning thing of like you think everyone's just got the attention span of because of this shit. No one can invest, and then there's always a payoff too. Like if you invest in a TV series and commit to it, you get a payoff when things happen. And you invest in characters and all the rest of it. That seems like it's maybe not happening anymore. I don't know.
Nah, and it definitely is for some people. Like you look at this shit and you think it's the majority. Oh, it probably is the majority. But I think the more interesting angle on this kind of stuff, and I think comedians as well don't like this kind of stuff. It's like, it's ruining the art form. And it's like, especially writers and people who are putting effort into making these movies, TV shows even, it's like the character development is so important and you're thinking about it so much and there's all these little details that make you invest in a character. And they're like, but you're just going to watch it on TikTok?
Yeah, that's, I mean, like
all my hard work's for nothing and people don't appreciate the art anymore. And it's like, I guess, but also times change.
And the other thing is still like a lot of people don't appreciate the art anyway. Like a lot of people would watch, like unless you're, I'm not, like this may shock listeners. I'm a film studies major. I majored in film studies in my arts degree.
Degree above the toilet.
Complete waste of time, but I'm a film studies major. And like you learn shit, like everything you see, like a good TV show, a good movie, literally everything you see is deliberate. Lighting, costumes, the way they put a shot together, literally everything's deliberate. Like even like it tells more than what the characters are saying. There's shit being said with just the setup of the scene. Exactly.
I remember I had to do it in English stage one time.
Exactly.
It might have been Romeo and Juliet or something, but like there was like a divider between the two people, but it was in the one shot. And you're like, what is that actually saying?
And then you can watch something like Batman, like fucking Dark Knight Rises, and that whole movie's a statement about class and fucking upper and lower class and like the fucking wage divide and everything.
But apparently Lord of the Rings was like a fucking World War II like thing.
Probably. Yeah. But also it's just a fucking sick movie. Like you just appreciate it on the level you appreciate it on. So like you're just going to watch a show and enjoy it however you enjoy it. So it is what it is. And that's what it's entertainment's for. It's for the fucking film buffs and it's for the cunts who just like watching Tony Soprano bash people. Like it's just
the beholder one.
Exactly, mate. That's art. It's it's all art. It's whatever it is. That being said, this still annoys the fuck out of me.
Mate, this might even annoy you more. There's stories and people still do it. I think a lot of them get taken down now. But people will just post full episodes of shit in part ones and part two. And people, instead of watching the show, will watch it on TikTok and they'll be like, I got to go to part two now and go on an account and look for and watch a whole fucking movie
nuts.
Via TikTok on this little phone.
What an insane way to watch a movie. My algorithm hits me with Peaky Blinders clips.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it does get me to want to watch Peaky Blinders, but then it's like follow for part two. I'm like, who the fuck?
Heaps is the answer.
It would
the
be
heaps. But like,
fucking dumb cunts.
Good Samaritan rewarded with $500 and gift card for returning $135,000 in cash.
Oh,
you weren't expecting that with the headline I put in notes, were you?
You left a note saying Samaritan rewarded for returning 135 grand. I was like, this cunt's gonna get fucking hooked up big time. $500 at a gift card. Suck my cock. You should have kept the money.
Yeah, 100%, or at least taken a lick. Who's to say he didn't take a lick, to be fair?
Yeah, it could have been 200 grand.
Yeah.
And he's helped himself to 65 and now he's got another 500 in a gift card too.
Oh, mate.
135 grand's a random amount. Can you give me some more information about what's happened here?
A teenager from New Mexico found $135,000 in cash on the ground and immediately called the authorities to turn it in.
Well, New Mexico's that's cartel.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You may not want to touch that money.
Yeah,
you may not have even wanted to take it to the authorities.
Yeah, that's scary.
From what I know about New Mexico. The cash was left behind at a Wells Fargo subcontractor whose responsibility is to refill the ATM. So it was ATM money.
Oh, so the Wells Fargo's a big bank over there.
Yeah.
So, wow. So it's like the guys in the armor all trucks.
Yeah.
And they've left like a briefcase of 135 grand.
Fucking hell.
Bro.
According to sources, the worker accidentally left it behind without noticing. He's lost his job.
Left it behind without noticing.
Yeah, he's got the sack.
Oh, that's a fuck up for the ages.
Wow.
And good on, you know what? Good on this bloke for doing the right thing. I mean, it would be hard anyway because
you have to. You're not taking that.
130 people get killed for less money than that. People get killed for a lot less money than that.
Yes,
you couldn't. I couldn't. I was thinking it. Now, also, we missed a fucking city. Did we talk about the bundles of cocaine that were washing up in Newcastle the other week?
Yeah, see, I did see it, but like I saw it like 2 weeks after.
Like we're getting sloppy. Yeah. Sorry, everyone.
It was Christmas.
Well, I was thinking like if you stumbled across a bundle of like a fucking kilo of cocaine, all my mates are like, I'd fucking keep it, I'd sell it. I'm like, people get killed for that shit. I don't know. I like, same with that money. I was like, I couldn't take it and relax being like, oh yeah, I got 135 grand now. What do you do with it? And what if someone's looking for that money and they
all of a sudden it's on the news saying there's been $135,000
and there's
missing.
CCTV of a bloke that looks like you picking it up.
So that's the one where I'd be like, I obviously wouldn't take it because if there's cameras, obviously you're returning that. That being said, like fucking, I hope those gift cards had some good money.
Well, that's the other thing that's good because he's just exposed. I mean, we all hate banks. Yeah. And I mean, not that they needed exposing for being grubs, but that is just like, he's just returned 135 grand of your money and you gave him a $500 gift card.
Yeah.
Or $500 and a gift card. Like,
I guess.
Fuck me.
Yeah, it is bullshit. It really is bullshit.
10%.
I guess what they would say is like, could have gave you nothing.
You could have kept the money, you fucking grubs. Like,
but he could have kept the money.
Yeah, but I mean, whatever. We know. Good on that bloke. He's a fucking legend for doing that.
Yeah.
And he'll probably... The other thing...
Hold on. Oh. The gift card was for a local restaurant.
Oh...
Season tickets to a University of New Mexico's football game and a signed football by Chicago's Bears linebacker.
That's cool.
That's cool. If you're into that shit, that's cool.
I hope he's into that. I hope they weren't just random things I had lying around the office.
I hope that fucking restaurant feed like gets him for like 100 feeds.
I hope it's what it should be a year's worth. The other thing that hopefully happened in this case that not usually, but like you see happen when someone gets stiffed and then it takes off on social media, sometimes other people jump in and be like, fuck those cunts, here's a car. Yeah. Like it happened with that guy that proposed to his wife in KFC.
And
someone took the piss out of him. It was in Africa or South Africa or somewhere. Someone took the piss out of him and then it just blew up and ended up with heaps of free shit. So hopefully this guy getting stiffed, going viral on social media, ends up with him with like, I don't know, a nice fucking Bentley or something. I don't know.
Yeah, Bentley gets on board.
Whatever. So guys, that's worth, you know what I mean? It's a good marketing opportunity for anyone that wants to give this guy some free shit.
Someone donating him all that money. Like Mr. Beast finds him, gives him $135,000.
Or like Wells Fargo's competitors are like, we would have given you his fucking 20 grand. Like, I don't know.
Nah, but then it blows up again. Everyone's like, you're giving him our money.
Yeah, they couldn't. Like banks
that's
fucking suck.
my money.
But we know we hate banks, so, that's not new information. Good on him.
Until they want to sponsor the podcast.
Good on him. Good on that bloke. All right, a bit more local news. That was another resolution this year. I want to talk about the great city of Newcastle a little bit more. Something you may have seen on your Instagram feeds the other day. The list of Australia's most foul-mouthed cities and towns. So
2024?
This is this year's. Well, it might have been last year's because it would be very early to be calling this year's.
Yeah.
So this is the towns and cities across our great nation who swear the most. I don't know how the fuck they measured this. A survey of more than 1,500 residents in 22 of Australia's most populated areas found that the people of one city take the foul mouth title. So that's how they did it. They surveyed 1,500 people.
But what? Do you swear?
Not a great survey size. So the average Australian drops 14 profanities a day, with some cities swearing much more frequently and others much less.
We do that on the podcast, mate.
14 a day... That's unders. Well, we'll go through the list, but our great city of Newcastle come in fourth. So we'll go, I'm quite proud of that.
No, that's good. That's a good effort.
I'm fucking proud of that. Swear word hotspots. Bendigo in central Victoria was the country's top cussing hub, with residents of the city swearing an average of 21 times a day.
That sounds a bit more sensible.
Yeah. Toowoomba in southern Queensland was second, 18 a day. 14% of Toowoomba residents said they swore most in front of their boss. Respect that.
No, yeah, it'd be tradies, eh?
Probably. Yeah. Some of the stuff you hear on job sites is ridiculous. That's good. So we've got the Gold Coast.
I don't fucking know. Shit like that.
I don't fucking know, cunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, you fucking dickhead. Like, yeah, I could go on. Goldie was third, 17 a day. Brisbane fifth, and Rockhampton 6th. Newcastle were 4th, 16 times a day, and Wollongong were 10th. Again, Newcastle better than Wollongong. We already knew that.
Goes without saying, really.
Yeah, so interesting stuff. They have where Australians swear the most. So 23% of people swear when they're out with friends.
Yeah.
Nearly 24%, actually. That makes sense. When you're out for a
Complete
schooner,
sense.
just being a dickhead. One thing that does make me cringe, which I do chip my mates for a lot, if we're at a busy pub and there's kids and women around and the boys are swearing loud, I am known to be like, guys, let's rein it in a bit.
Ooh.
Like when it's like daytime. When it's like fucking 10, 11 o'clock at night, obviously go your hardest, but don't like swearing in front of women and kids.
Yeah, see, I think it's just in my vocabulary, so I might rub you the wrong way sometimes.
It is and it isn't, but it's like you can...
I can be conscious.
If you're sitting next to a family having kids and you're like, this fucking queer cunt when you're watching the
I
telly.
wouldn't do that. No way.
I don't like that.
Of course, that's fair. That's very fair.
I think that's pretty standard.
Yeah.
17% of people swear at home, 10% at work, 22% of swearing gets... 25% while driving. Yeah, that's like a quarter.
Road rage.
Fucking dumb cunt. Yeah. Love that. Love that. Very relatable. And 22% don't swear. So there you go.
Mate, I don't know if I know someone that doesn't swear. Well, I guess you wouldn't notice. That's actually very interesting. I kind of just assume most people swear somewhat.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fucking... It's just kind of...
See, you just did it then without even thinking.
It's my thinking word.
Yeah.
Which is... Some of my footy coaches used to do it, and it loses its power when you swear all the time. Like, swear words lose their power. It is my thinking word. So if I'm trying to tell a fucking story and I fucking can't think of what the fuck happened, like which is just stupid because it means
it's
nothing
unnecessary,
then, and it means nothing, and it sounds like shit. But I also know heaps of people that do it, and I do it myself.
Yeah,
I've had footy coaches that do it, and they'll be taking you through a drill, and they'll be going, "You fucking get your foot down the fucking middle and you fucking get your shoulder and you fucking..." And it's like, just tell me what you want to tell me. Like, now none of it means anything. I've lost interest in the swear words and the drill.
But I guess that's also kind of part of it, right? Like, do they need to be stigmatized?
Swear words?
Yeah.
I think
I like the idea of... I see what you mean by having in power. It's like you can tell when someone's actually losing the plot.
Yeah, if I say fuck all the time, then it doesn't really mean anything. But if I'm like, if you don't hear me swear,
someone with like, are you fucking serious? When you don't say it, like
you're like, oh shit.
That person's like, oh, they mean business.
Now it's powerful.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's a time and a place.
But it doesn't.
But I do like swearing.
Tone
it is
of
funny
voice also plays a role for sure.
You know, intent,
Exactly,
intent,
mate.
context, all those cliches.
I don't think I stopped swearing. I remember one episode again, was probably just laziness, probably just tired, was just saying cunt left, right, and centre.
Oh, you were dropping every second word.
Yeah.
And I listen back for quality control sometimes. And I was like, yo, Gabe.
Chill.
I remember I texted you. I was like, maybe just save it for special occasions.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, and this cunt and that cunt, and me dad the cunt, and fucking this cunt. I was like, oh, boy.
Even listening back though, I was like, yeah, that was weird. Like, no, but it was just like, I did not need to say it.
Yeah. But like, I mean... That's definitely not to say this podcast is a cunt-free zone.
No, absolutely.
Not at all. Just time and a place.
Probably already said it this episode. I wouldn't even know. That's where I'm at. What I'm saying, it's part of my vocabulary.
Yeah, just you go on autopilot sometimes.
But it would be nice to clean it up. I feel like if you, like you said, use it as your thinking word. Like, you don't sound as well spoken if you're just saying it.
But it's another thing. I say like every other word because I'm thinking. Whereas because I don't know what I'm saying 87% of the time. You go like, it's like this and like that, and it's fucking this and it's fucking that. And
but I'm really impressed when people don't do that. That's why my New Year's resolution
that's
was
people
to be more well
that's
spoken.
smart people who speak properly. It's not either of us or that's not why anyone comes here, mate. They come here to hear us say fuck, shit, cunt, pussy.
Pussy liquor, fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit.
What's your favourite swear word?
Shit cock.
What's your favourite swear word?
Cock.
Yeah.
Cock. What's yours, man?
I love it. I do like a well placed fuck.
Yeah.
It's like when we thought we weren't recording the other week, I was like, fuck me.
Boring answer, but
yeah, it is. But
that's why I went obscure. Cock.
Yeah, and you're gay.
Is that like Boston? Cock.
Cock. Yeah, suck my cock.
See, that's mad.
That is pretty funny.
Western Australian woman, 62, granted court permission to have dead husband's sperm extracted.
Now, on the surface, this seems disgusting and weird, but 62. What's she going to do with it? Gabe, read more.
62-year-old woman has been given the green light to have sperm extracted from her dead husband's...
That's not the term, sorry to cut you off. That is not the term to use for what she's about to do. Yeah, we'll give you the green light for that one.
Yeah.
Giving someone the green light is like, that's a casual, that's a very casual expression for what she's about to do.
For extracting cum or sperm, if there's a difference.
From a dead guy. Go on, sorry to cut you off.
The green light from extracting cum from her dead husband to conceive a baby after the couple lost their 2 adult children in separate accidents.
Yeah, so I was going to say, so on the surface, this seems gross, and it is a clickbaity gross title. Gross. It is, but it's also like you wouldn't be doing something like that without a very good reason. So they've lost 2, that's sad, lost 2 adult children in recent years. So she must have had, surrogate. So they're going to have another kid via surrogate. But she's 62. This is crazy. Not to judge this woman. She's obviously been through a lot. Oh. This is fucking crazy.
Yeah, it is. And like you said, not to judge her. But is it a bit selfish to have a kid that old?
Oh, yeah, no. I don't know. Oh, well,
20 years are the best till you're dead.
Yeah, but then the kid will be 20. Like, it's not...
Fuck, man. I'd fucking bore my eyes out if my parents died when I was 20. I suppose I'll still cry my eyes out no matter what happens.
You'll be sad whenever they die.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, does it?
Oh, shit.
Here's a weird key point. The court order does not allow the sperm to be used in any way.
Yeah, posthumous fertilisation is banned in WA.
So she can't even do it.
Yeah, so I don't know.
They're just giving her the cum for like, what, an ornament?
That's our episode title, Dead Guys Cum.
Cum extraction.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I mean it's gross, but it's very sad, and it's also weird. There's a lot going on with this one, Gabo. There's a lot going on with this one. I don't know. Fuck. I
hope she's happy.
It is sweet. Well, she's obviously not because her husband's died and now her 2 kids are dead. Like, and now she's.
I hope this makes her happy.
She finally got cum out of a dead husband and now she can't use it. So no, it's not happy, and this is a sad, weird story.
Oh my God!
I don't know where to go from here, mate.
Maybe she has to move. She has to get out of WA to put. I think they're looking for a surrogate.
She's not using the cum, mate. She's not. It's not hers.
No. All right, let's do some sport.
Let's go to the sports section.
Guys, if you're anything like Blue and I, you've behaved like a proper piece of shit over this Christmas break.
Yep, I got on the scales at the gym yesterday, Gabe, and I've put on almost 6 kilos because I've been eating lint balls, pies, ham, and on the piss nearly every other day. It's good. It's good shit.
Fucking hell, mate. Do yourself a favour and take the hassle out of shaving off the Christmas coat with a box of ready-made, home-delivered, chef-prepared meals from our mates at Papa Macros.
The food is fresh and healthy and gets delivered to your fucking front door. In the words of our boxing coach, Artie, who is a fucking legend, by the way, it's as easy as shitting in your bed and kicking it out with your feet. He actually said that. Spoken. He actually said that to Gabe and I at boxing training the other day. I don't know why. I guess it's easy.
But we loved it.
It's as easy as ordering Papa Macros. Head to papamacros.com or hit the link in our show notes and use code DailyBlue, that's capital D, capital B, all one word, for 10% off your order. That is papamacros.com and use code DailyBlue. We love you, Papa Macros.
Love you, Papa Macros.
All right, guys, you know the fucking drill. It's hot and you need to be drinking more water. Our mates at Soulcat Designs do a very slick range of stainless steel water bottles. And if you're still on the piss after Christmas, you shouldn't be. But if you are and you like whiskey, they also have very, very cool whiskey glasses.
Yeah, no, we did some damage to them on the Christmas show.
Yeah, you were fucked up. That was, did I bring, I think mine might still be around here somewhere. Maybe not. I think I took it home. Not important. We'll get another one from our mates at Soulcat Designs.
You can get yours at soulcatdesigns.com.
Soulcatdesigns.com, the link in the show notes, and use code DailyBlue. That's our discount code that you can get 10% off your order, capital D, capital B, all one word. Like I said, Australian owned and operated company. They're our pals at Soulcat.
Thank you, Soulcat.
All right, sports section this week. Like we promised, we're going to have a good crack at sport this year because last year just fell by the wayside, and the footy's coming on soon, so we're going to have plenty to talk about. Tiger Woods splits with longtime sponsor Nike after 27 years. Crazy. So Tiger, obviously just the face of Nike Golf for fucking nearly 3 decades. It's over.
Longer than I've been alive, he's been associated with Nike.
Crazy. Tiger Woods said Monday he was ending his long-standing partnership with Nike, drawing a line under a lucrative near 3-decade relationship with the iconic sporting goods brand that helped transform him into golf's first billionaire. with a B. In a statement on Twitter, the 15-time major champion thanked Nike for the company's support. Yeah, I bet. Since signing with the brand in '96 in a deal that earned Woods a reported $500 million over the next 27 years.
Damn.
Over 27 years ago, I was fortunate to start a partnership with one of the world's most iconic brands, Woods said. The days since have been filled with so many amazing moments and memories. If I started naming them, I could go on forever. Crazy.
I saw this news from the Nike Instagram page, and it was a photo of like Tiger Woods, and at the top of it just said, "It was one hell of a round, Tiger."
Yes.
And I thought he was dead. I was like, is Tiger Woods dead? Like, that's a very kind of
pretty inappropriate post if that was announcing he's dead.
Yeah, but it's like, we loved your work. And like,
Well, he's dead to Nike. He's kind of dead to Nike, yeah. I mean, to them, he's fucking dead.
And then I scrolled. I was like, nah, if Tiger Woods was dead, I would have seen 6 more posts already.
It's odd given, hasn't he just been playing like a pro-am or something with his kid?
Yes.
Wouldn't they be looking to lock the young bloke up?
Also, yes, that's fair.
I don't know. Maybe they were like, he's shit. Maybe they watched him play and they were like, fucking cut Tiger. Cut them both.
Kid's
Fuck
got
him.
nothing.
I don't know. I don't follow golf enough to know if he's any good or not. Crazy. That's so much money.
That's a ridiculous amount of money. It reminded me of you talking about how much money was in that deal, and they helped boost Tiger's profile, which they definitely did. I watched Air, which is like when the Nike movie about how they signed Jordan.
Yep.
And it's really cool.
Yep.
Like if you can sit through like dialogue and you don't rely on action to watch movies, I'd recommend it.
Was that the movie or the doco?
Movie.
Yeah,
Matt Damon
was in it. The Last Dance doco was one of my favourite sporting documentaries I've watched, and they went into the Nike shoe deal a good bit in it. Fucking crazy.
Extremely.
It's nuts. It's such a crazy world.
It also makes me like, I fucking like, when it comes to sporting brands, like just for some reason, I'm just Nike. Like I just fucking love Nike.
Yeah.
It's cool and crazy that at one point they were the gay brand.
Yeah.
Like it was like Converse were the shoe of the NBA.
Yeah, it's a nice pair of Chuck Taylor All-Stars.
And Adidas were on the come up, and like they were kind of like known as the good shoe. Like they had the best make, and they were like, fuck this. We need you to design the most innovative fucking shoe for this one guy.
Yeah.
Biggest struggle to get him. Like, of course he was going to sign with the 2 biggest. It was between Converse and Adidas before this guy like got him on the phone and shit.
Phil Knight.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't
crazy.
Phil Knight that did it, but yeah.
Oh no, Phil Knight was the guy that fucking started Nike.
Yeah.
Wild. I also didn't know that Puma and Adidas were. Is that 2 brothers?
No. Well, but sorry, not no. I don't know.
I think that was another one that I think Kanye exposed to us. I'm pretty sure Puma and Adidas were like
now you're saying
a
that,
couple of brothers in Germany.
Well,
and I think they were like
Adidas
feuding.
was definitely the German one.
Well, I think they both are. And I think they started out of a feud. And like the brother, he's like, fucking you suck. I'm starting my own one. And he may have confirmed that because that could be also complete fucking garbage too. I may have just fabricated that.
In the late 1940s, there was tension between them rising after years of working together. The 2 brothers split and formed 2 separate shoe companies.
Boom.
Yeah, cool.
I'm not a fucking idiot. I retained some information. I'm just stoked I retained a bit of information.
That is sick and unlucky to the one that started Puma.
Puma's still pretty big. I mean, it's not Adidas, but it's still. I wouldn't be devastated if I started Puma.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, no, that's all right. Like Puma's still.
I'm not hating on Puma, but everyone knows the big 2. Surely.
Of course. But I mean, Puma's still fucking respectable.
And Puma will probably have its time again.
Of course, it just goes in cycles. This stuff.
And they signed Jack Harlow.
Yeah, I'm just still amazed I retained a bit of information and was proven right. Because normally I fight. If I ever say it, I mean, everyone listening probably knows by now. You probably know by now. I'd say things
with conviction.
I'm just hoping no one calls me out on a lot of stuff.
You're about like 30% sure.
If that.
Yeah.
And I'm just hoping no one... Like if our mate Dallas, like the Don of the Dial-Ins, Dallas Stone was here, he knows a lot and he's quick to pull people up when they're wrong. Like not in a bad way.
Yeah.
So I'm just grateful he's not here a lot of the time because he'd just be like, no, wrong. So that's good. I'm happy that was right there.
That is fair. But when people pull you up like for mispronunciations or just like correcting you in like mundane situations, that is frustrating.
It is important to be right, especially when you have an enormous platform like we have.
Oh, wait, yeah, I guess. Is it important to be right about fucking brothers owning companies?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because it's important. Like it's.
If you just say I think that's what happened, that's fine.
Oh yeah, but it was just nice to be not fucking wrong.
Yeah,
because I'm wrong. I'm wrong a lot.
And to be fair, I was impressed when I found out that you were 100% correct.
I impressed myself.
Yeah.
I hope someone listening was impressed.
Looking forward to seeing what you got next, Tiger. Maybe he's going to jump to Puma.
Who knows?
That wouldn't make sense.
I'm sure, mate, $1 billion. That's fucking insane. Good on him. Good on him. Hope he does well.
Thanks for the round, Tiger.
Hope it works out for him. On the subject of black guys and Tigers, Justin Olam has today agreed to terms with the West Tigers.
That was a nice transition.
Great segue. So a bit of footy news. Obviously, there's a bit of player movement going around at the moment. Justin Olam, Melbourne Storm centre, Kumul hero, PNG superstar. He signed with the Tigers. It's done deal. It's been kind of rumoured for a few months now. The Benji's All Stars.
Benji effect.
Yeah. So obviously it was announced that Jerome Luai signed there. Very exciting stuff. Justin Olam, he'll be good. He's great. He got left out of the side. He didn't play a lot of footy last year. I can't remember who was behind.
He just might need to remember how to pass.
Yeah,
I think that's his only issue.
He's never had fucking good hands. He's just a battering ram.
Speaking of speculating things when it's important to be right, this is one where I could be wrong. I've heard that he's actually like really, really smart, and he is a doctor.
I don't think that's true, mate.
Yeah.
He's a doctor.
Yeah, I've heard that he's got like a PhD or some shit.
Where did you hear that?
Bro, I reckon I heard it from a commentary box.
Let's fact check that immediately.
Yeah, I heard that he's really, really...
Justin Olam, PhD. I'm not casting aspersions on him because he's from PNG and he's black. I just have never, ever heard that.
Highly educated rugby league players.
Justin Olam, PhD.
That's what I mean.
I'm going to go to his Wikipedia.
Just straight to Wikipedia.
Early life. Definitely. Oh, hang on. He's got a bachelor's degree in applied physics.
Yeah, see, bro?
That's not a PhD.
Yeah, well...
I have a bachelor's degree, not in applied physics. But that's still sick. Applied physics is hectic.
Yeah, so I've heard something. I didn't get a spot on, but yeah.
That's sick.
Smart guy.
There you go.
Like when you look at just a big meathead centre.
Well, he doesn't play like a smart guy. He doesn't play like an intelligent man. He's younger than me.
Wow.
He's fucking 30.
Yeah.
He's a beast.
That's crazy.
He's a fucking beast.
Smart beast.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. 92 kegs as well. I've fucking got like 6 kilos on him. Why don't I look like that?
Skin tone mostly.
Yeah. If I was darker, I'd look fucking heaps better.
Yeah, it makes you look more chiseled.
Yeah, talking about weight, I forgot to mention the catch-up. So it's official, I put fucking 5.5 kilos on.
That's impressive.
It's not. It's fat, like over Christmas. Like just being a fat fucking drunk pig. So that's good.
I was about the same, honestly.
Yeah. I think that's about the number. Anyway, that's exciting. Also confirmed yesterday, Zach Hosking to Canberra, which is Zach Hosking is actually a friend of mine. Played at the same club together before he made the big time.
At Panthers, right? That's who he was with?
Yeah, so he was at the Broncos, Newcastle Junior, another one the Knights let go.
Shock me.
Reserve grade player of the year 2 years in a row.
Why not let him go, eh?
Wanted to play for fucking cheap. Nah, we'll let him go.
Yeah,
let him go to a big club like Brisbane and then another big club like Penrith. He was like that close to winning a premiership. And now he's signed with Canberra. I think this is what I don't get, because I saw him and Garner were the two that were talked about being on the squeeze because of the salary cap. They've just let Jerome Luai go. Luai would have been on good coin. Like Luai was on probably 7 or 800.
I'd guess.
I mean, it's not 1.2, which he signed for. But he's gone, so that frees up that much in the cap. But I suppose guys are getting upgraded too. Like Cleary's probably going to get upgraded. They've just re-signed Toto and whoever. But Crichton's gone too.
Yeah. Like
fucking, you know what I mean? They've lost Burton, they've lost Kickout, they've lost Coruscant.
They must have been on unders, bro.
They would have been. They must be.
Well, like obviously they were. On unders to some degree.
Hosking.
No, the boys that they let go.
Yeah, and they get upgrades, and then that takes up cap space. I understand that. But I would have thought, well, if he's gone, that frees up space. And especially they haven't signed anyone. They just keep losing people. So I don't know. But again, I'm a scaffolder. So I don't know how these things work really.
What do I know about managing a rugby league?
Not much. I know what Braithen Astor tells me on NRL 360. Also, just while we're on the subject of that, is that not the biggest conflict of interest ever? He's a player manager. This is something that bothers me. I don't know if I've spoken about it on the pod before.
No, you haven't, but I'd hear you. It's
something that bothers me. Why the fuck is he allowed to sit there and spruik how good Cam Munster's going to the masses when Munster's in contract negotiations and Astor's representing him in those? I love Braithen Astor, by the way. I fucking love Braithen Astor. Is that not the definition of a conflict of interest? When you're meant to be reporting, like he got a huge platform and you can sit there in a panel and someone can go, oh, I think Munster's going shit. And you can go, oh, I disagree. I think he's going good. And then tomorrow go and sit in a meeting with Craig Bellamy and go, yeah, I think we want fucking 850 this season. Like, is that not
especially when...
I love Braithen. I need to get on the record. I fucking love Braithen Astor.
No, I think he's sick and he's hot as well.
He's hot as fuck. I just think that's the biggest conflict of interest ever.
When public opinion is important.
It sort of is. And I don't know.
No, it is though.
Well, I don't know. But again, is it? Like, does that come into consideration when they sit down at these Fucking,
Yes.
Oh, well, I don't know.
I would say yes, like in terms of putting asses in seats, bro.
I've never been in a contract meeting. You know what I mean? So I don't know if they go, well, they said on NRL fix. I don't know if it comes into play or not. It feels like a very obvious conflict of interest to me.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking, mate, if everyone thinks your player's a flog and people don't want to watch him, then the club's not going to want him. Maybe because it is a business at the end of the day. That's why Kalen Pong is so important in Newcastle.
They could think
he put butts in the seats. You know what I mean?
They could think he's a flog. It doesn't really. You're objectively playing good footy or not. Yeah. Like that. Like if I think he's a dickhead, it doesn't mean he didn't get 3 try assists on the weekend. It just means I think he's a dickhead. Like if you're playing good footy or you're not playing good footy, that's besides the point. You know what I mean? Like,
well, it does play a role in the point because it makes a business more money if they're a well-liked player.
It does, but like that's probably 30% of the equation, which is still like, you know what I mean? Like, you know,
maybe not even that, but it is a factor.
It is a factor.
That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I agree.
And so, like, that's why I agree with you. There is a conflict of interest for him to be spruiking Cam Munster. Like,
and that was
not
one.
Even to say that
I'm not. That was an example.
Yeah.
Because I know that was. I use that as an example because I know he represents Munster. I'm not saying he did that, but it just seems like a very obvious to be the anchor on the voice of NRL media. And then to also be in a position where you represent, it's the same with like, well, it's not the same.
The
more
I think about it, people know that he's his manager. Like,
yeah.
So it's not a huge conflict.
But isn't it?
Like, of course, you're going to say a good thing about him.
For me, it would just be one or the other. Be the NRL 360 anchor or be a player manager.
But who gets to tell him that?
Well, no one. Like, do you know what I mean? But it's like no one, obviously. But I'm like, it would just be. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
Tell you what makes sense to him. Fucking cash money.
It's fucking huge double dip.
Yeah.
It's one of the great double dips.
It's two full-time jobs, really. Oh, and then that all have half a year off.
That's what I mean. That's why they can do it because they just go berserk until but the off-season's only... An off-season, they probably do a lot of their negotiating and shit too. It's probably not much of an off-season for them, really. It would be from 360.
Yeah.
But like... Guys are coming off contract. Like November's when you're allowed to sign with other clubs. So like from November, that's when the off season starts for a lot of teams. That's when you start negotiating. It's interesting, but it's just always something that's made me scratch my head. Where I'm like, "Dang, this cunt's fucking like."
He thinks Cam Munster played good this week again.
Yeah, wow. Oh, Cam Munster on fire. And he's up for a new deal. Like,
didn't he like knock it on?
Yeah. Anyway,
cost the team.
Anyway, that's my fucking 2 bob on that. All right, if you were listening to the show last week, you would have heard me body shame a 16-year-old darts player, Luke Littler, English darts sensation. He's 16 years old. He's got the body and vital organs of a 70-year-old smoker. We were riding him.
He drink monsters from the glass.
100%. He's a monster. He was raised on like mother's fucking monster out of the breast. He's a mess.
Monster titty.
Monster titty. But we were riding him because he made the final.
Yeah.
And this kid's 16 and it's freakish. He was knocking off all the guns. He got beat. He got beat. Again, this may be old news. This is from sort of last week. Teenage dart sensation Luke Littler's dream run has come to a brutal end after new world number 1 Luke Humphries Battle of the Lukes.
Yeah.
Rattled off 5 consecutive sets to win the world championship. So I don't know if you're into your darts and you watched it. I did not. I'm just going off what Fox Sports are telling me. Apparently it was one of the all-time finals. Lead changes, back and forth, back and forth. Apparently Luke Littler had the chance to win it, missed a sitter, and then this bloke just banged off 5 sets and knocked him off. Apparently it was one of the greats. And he missed out on $930,000.
Oh, he would have got a lick. He would have got something.
He would, yeah, but $930 was first prize.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
That's in dollars. It would have been in pounds. They'd just give us it's probably fucking £500,000 or something.
I don't know if that was like a figure of speech from you, but like, aren't they all sitters? Like, how can one be different in darts?
Because they go singles, doubles. There's shit that's harder to hit than the others.
Yeah, okay, right.
Yeah,
and he may not have needed that many points, is what you're saying.
Yeah. He didn't. It was a sitter.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah. So that sucks. That was our boy Luke Littler. And he lost.
That's the end of your Luke Littler news.
Did you have a stroke? All right, guys, welcome back from your holidays. If you're just joining us for the podcast, welcome. This is the section where I eat or drink something and tell you what I thought about it. Sometimes it's from a local restaurant. Sometimes it's just an alcoholic beverage. This is this week's edition of Daily Blues Chews.
Guys, it's brew time. Coming to you live from my stinking hot Mitsubishi Triton. Hot day. First week back at work. trying to cut the grog out after overindulging on the festive season. So it is brew time. Don't feel like eating much hot food at the moment. So we've gone for a brew, but we've gone for something that goes just about against every fibre in my body, a non-alcoholic beer. Today we're going to be trying the Son of a Nun Zero Alcoholic Lager by the Australian Beer Company. Now this has 61 calories, no alcohol. Made for those who appreciate a heavenly brew without the booze. Share it with mates and toast to guilt-free enjoyment. Cheers to a miracle in a can. Now,
Miracle.
I am only doing this because I got fight. We went into fight camp this week. You know the deal. Let's not fuck around. Let's brew. It's fine. It's fine.
4.8.
5.2.
Yeah.
That's a review.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a non-alcoholic beer. What do you expect?
You didn't look that impressed drinking that.
I was not.
Did you polish it?
No, I threw it in your recycling. I had one sip. That was the only sip I had. I drove to your house and threw it in your recycling bin, which was out the front.
Probably cost you too much too.
No, it was cheap.
Okay,
thankfully.
well there you go. That's why you got what you
I didn't
got.
mind throwing it in the bin. And you know what? If you're into your non-alc, I was having this discussion with my bride when we did the food shop because I have gradually watched the non-alcoholic section at the supermarket just
Grow.
over the last, I would say, 12 months. So there's obviously there are a lot of people getting off the piss. Good on you, by the way. I'm not knocking anyone that's got off the piss, and I think. It is the one tough thing when you're staying off it is being in social settings when everyone's having a beer and you've got a pub squash and everyone can see straight away like, oh, why aren't you drinking? Which is you're like, oh, fucking whatever, for whatever your reasons are. So I do like the idea of having a non-alcoholic beer, to have a beer in your hand and still be social, and that's sick. That just tastes like shit. I'm sure there's great ones out there, and like good. Like I always do it this time of year because you just fucking go ape shit over Christmas. I don't want to drink. Like I'm happy. Like so, I do fully get people getting off the piss, and you know people have the reasons. It's great. I understand the purpose of them. That one just wasn't very good.
Son of a Nun, just not doing it for the blur.
That's not to say that's my taste buds.
Yeah.
I don't like giving bad reviews too, as you've noticed. That is by far the lowest score I've ever given. Yeah. I don't like giving bad reviews because I know it's all business for people. I don't want to come in here and slate businesses. That was just a non-alcoholic beer, and I don't like non-alcoholic beer. You might like it. And
it was straight to the point. You normally try to give a little bit on the flavour or the crispness. You're just like, nah.
Didn't have any me today.
Yep, that was the beer. It was fine.
It's getting a bad score. Let's move on. If you're new here, as we say every week, welcome. This is the part of the podcast. It's like a little bit of talkback radio. You get to ring up our very cool speak pipe. Head to our socials, Gabe X Thomas, Daily Blue News on Instagram. There's a link in both our bios. Hit that link, take you to the speak pipe, leave us a voicemail. Literally fucking anything you want.
Give us a piece of your mind. Tell us something we fucked up. Tell us something that's making you happy.
Give us a random stat. Tell us about a route you got. Tell us about a rort that
Tip
you know
us up
about.
on somewhere good to eat.
Give us a fucking horse tip. Gamble responsibly, obviously.
Whatever your heart desires, we want to hear it and we want to tell you what we think about it.
This is that part of the show. Welcome to the coveted Daily Blue Dial-ins.
Great word, mate. Do I know what coveted means? Not completely, but I love it.
I'm going to be honest, mate, I don't either.
Bluey, Gabo. I've got a bit of a question, a bit of a moral quandary here. This is the dirty money dribbler.
Oh.
So let's just say you've been given a gift of money from your friends and family. Now, are you obligated to spend that on something nice, like clothes, whatever? Or you reckon you can take it down the brothel, buy some drugs, or do whatever you want with it? If someone gives it to you, does that make it your money and just you can feel free to spend it however you want? Really keen to know your response. I absolutely loving the podcast at the moment. I've been listening to it since the start.
Yes, brother.
Long time listener, first time caller, and I wish you guys all the best. Gabo, eat some fucking cheese. Bye.
DMD doing his best.
Dirty money dribbler. Love that. We have had a few the last few weeks, first time, long times. Love that.
I'm very happy that you're getting more comfortable, wanting to get involved.
We love having you. We fucking love having you. That's a great question because on the surface it's so wholesome. Your nan giving you a fucking couple of pineapples and then going and fucking buying a packet with it.
or even like slapping it.
Yeah. I mean, in theory, it's your money. They wouldn't want, like, I love that question. What do you think, Gabe? Because I am of the opinion that you should do something good with that money.
I think so too. And it's so funny because you never be like, oh, what'd you get with the money I gave you?
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh.
Lollies.
I think you should get yourself a present. Now for some, maybe that is a package.
Yeah.
But like for me, when I get money, typically, if before I'm inebriated, it goes towards clothes or something I've had my eye on for a while.
Yeah, I do like, but I'm torn here because I love the idea of doing something wholesome with Nan's Christmas money. I also like the idea of fucking spending it on packets and
just
fucking
going,
just
thanks, Nan.
just drinking it like blokes fucking sniffing it and going, thanks, Nan.
I've definitely spent them at the pub. That's the truth, though. I definitely, like, you would have just had cash in there and then you just going, I'll get rid of it. And then you realise it's from mum or nan or whoever.
That's very funny. This is such a shit answer, but I'm so on the fence. It's whatever. It's your money now. And I think
so your answer is you are welcome to do it then. Yeah,
you can if you want it. If you're happy, if you can look at yourself in the mirror, squaring off your tick bill with fucking money that Nan gave you, if you can sleep at night, then fucking go your hardest. I couldn't.
No.
Not me. Not little old Blue.
I'll tell you what not to do with it. Like, don't get groceries or petrol. Like,
no, buy like a fucking cool shirt or
something you can get joy out. Like, you shouldn't be using that money for mundane shit, even though you probably need it.
Nah, put it to the side.
It's present money.
Yeah, don't pay a fucking phone bill with it or something.
Yeah.
Great dial in from the Dirty Money Dribbler. Love that. Love that.
Get back to us, mate. That was a great.
Thanks for getting involved.
Louis, Gabe, we're just fucking ringing in. We just haven't been let into the casino. Fucking hell. We've just been painting all week. Just a big up to the boys that are painters. You got to be fucking sick in the head to be a fucking house painter, you fucking dogs.
I think that was Kiwi Kev.
Nice.
Yeah, I fully agree. Painting, my old man's a painter.
Oh, true.
They're fucking lunatics.
I always, see, this is where you get so. I always assumed it would be easy. I don't want to knock painting. There's an art to it, I imagine. Yeah,
there is, like, you're not just getting, like, you have to undercoats, you got to cut in, you got to colours, all that shit, washing walls, blah, blah, blah. The difficulty, first of all, it'd be more physical than you think. Having your arms above your head all day or, like, climbing up and down ladders out in the sun, it would be more physical than you'd think. Second of all, mundane. It'd be great for podcasts. Be so tough. Oh, you plow through like fucking 2 or 3 good podcasts every day.
Yeah.
Or like books if you like listening to books or something. Painting would be a lot of painters smoke pot. Yeah. A lot of painters just get fucking stoned and just go hammer time on the walls, which would be sweet. That'd be a sweet way to paint a wall. Just get fucking ripped out of your brain and start cutting in. Yeah. Crazy.
I swear I saw it on the block one time. Like, these people just had like a paint gun. I was like, why don't they just fucking use those?
Yeah. Paint and rollers. Rollers are a great invention. Obviously, rolling walls and shit. But some spots you can't roll. So you got to get up there and fucking cut them in. Yeah. Kevy, sorry you didn't get in the casino, brother.
Yeah, what'd you do, you mad cunt?
Oh, probably sniffing ketamine on the blackjack table or something. A psycho. He's a fucking sick puppy.
Bluey, Gabo, you fuck.
Here he is.
In regards to episode 29, Naked and Ready, mind you, this is the one and only Executioner.
We know it's you, cunt.
From the only God's country, Melbourne.
Spit it out,
He's fucked up again. You've been drinking again.
In regards to that clip that I had sent through about the bloke leaping over the fucking counter in Nevada, Las Vegas, and attacking the judge. Fuck, that's fantastic. He did a ripper of a job because I don't know how many. I don't think either of you have sat before a fucking judge and realised that. Mind you, when you're at a defence table,
I'm going to cut him off.
Yeah, Executioner, you need to get quicker.
Stop cutting to this is where we, not a downfall of ours. When we made the gradual transition to the speak pipe. And by the way, you can still send me DMs with your voice clips. They cut off at a minute.
Yeah.
Speak pipe lets you go.
Okay.
Executioner, love you, brother. Just get to the fucking point.
Get to the fucking point.
We know that was a good story. That's why we brought it to the podcast last week, cunt. Love you. We addressed this the other week when you rambled and then you came back and you were more concise. Find that sweet spot with your drinking and whatever else you're doing. before you're too fucked up and chatty, and then dial in. Once you've had like 4 beers and you feel a bit chatty, don't wait till you've had 10 and whatever else you've had. You know what I mean?
Well,
find that sweet spot.
Well, you guys may not know, and Blue, you may not have noticed. Executioner, it sounds like you haven't noticed. I had to do some editing to make your yarn shorter last week. so please, this is us asking
We're pleading with you.
From you.
We'd
love to hear from you. You can be funny.
Oh, you've come with some gold, brother. But
fucking wrap it up.
Get to the point, cunt. Oh, that's it. Thanks anyway. Thanks for calling in. Here's another fucking dribbler too.
Bluey, Gabe, it's Jensen from Penrith here. I know, boys, it's a long time between drinks.
Miss you, Buzz.
Hope you're doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, it's the first day back at work. I feel like I've had a fucking 2-week hangover smack me in the face. Mm-hmm. It's been quite a degenerate sort of time. Mm-hmm. Absolute low-life stuff. I'm back here. Just want to bring up something that I've realised after moving out of Mum's house. Had a bit of a weekend last weekend for my birthday.
Happy birthday.
3 days long, right? Bit of the cricket, bit of the drinks here and there. Then it ended up, everyone was all going out on the Friday night.
Cool.
Me and the housemate, after pretty much the place shut down, me and the housemate were like, yeah, let's have kick-ons back at mine. Wow, I wish someone warned me. That's a fucking disgusting idea.
Yeah.
I hated every moment of it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fully out of money, and I've got cunts here drinking my drinks.
Yep.
That was fucked.
Yep.
So I hit about 6 o'clock, and I was like, cunts, you need to fucking leave.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Benders forever. Kick-ons at your own house, never. Cheers, boys. Have a good one.
Very Hello Sport themed, the dial-ins this week.
We got the dribblers and we got the Hello Sport sign-off.
Yeah, I lived in that house for 5 years. It sucks. It's also awesome. We were very fortunate with our lease. We had a cleaner come every second Thursday.
Wow.
So whatever the house would get smashed up, it would get cleaned for like a day. And we were like, oh, the house is immaculate. And then we'd just get back on the piss. It sucks. You lose a lot of clothes. You lose a lot of shoes, socks, undies when people changing.
Accidents happen.
Like shit gets smashed.
Mates break your TV.
Stuff goes missing. But you have a lot of fun.
You do a lot of fun. You come out the other side with a lot of stories.
You know, what do you really want at the end of the day? You want a clean, tidy, quiet house, or you want to fucking make some memories? You got to make that decision too. That's a rhetorical question. That's for you to decide.
Yeah. Oh, mate, I'll tell you this. It sounds like it's the first time it's happened to you. It's bound to happen again.
Guess what, Con? I bet you've sat in plenty of other people's houses till 6 a.m. and smashed them up. Guess what? Now it's your turn.
Yeah.
Like now, you
having
know what
the house that's closest to town is always a tough gig.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, it's
mate,
fun, but it's tough.
It's the great Aussie hero, the bloke or woman who puts their hand up to host kick-ons. You know, you got to respect it, mate. Bring piss.
And prees normally.
Bring piss. Clean up. You know, to your best of your ability. That's, I've got a bit of etiquette with this sort of stuff. Don't turn up empty-handed. At least offer, buy piss, buy durries, buy a fucking vape, whatever else you take to kick-ons. Don't turn up empty-handed. Respect, if they want the music down, turn the music down. Be conscious of neighbours. And when you go, throw a few fucking cans in the bin on your way out.
Yeah.
Make an effort to clean up on your way out. That's my kind of etiquette with these sort of things. Been to a few, kicked on a few times myself. That's my kind of... That's how I operate, mate. That's what sort of operate I am at a kick on. In saying that, I have just completely gone there and fucked people's houses up too.
Yeah, especially when you have zero ties to them.
Yeah. But that's the game you play.
Yeah, hey, man.
That's me as an experienced campaigner saying that. In my early years, I was a fucking dickhead.
Young and reckless.
And I've still got a bit of that in me. But I like to think now I'm a bit more respectful with my kick-ons. Jezza, you got a long road in front of you, son. Happy birthday too, by the way.
And we're here to walk it with you, mate. Happy birthday.
Bluey, Gabe, Rodders of the newsroom. It's the acid-powered athlete here once again. It's been a little while. I've been a busy boy over the festive season. Don't remember what I did, though. Anyway,
stuff.
So back at work on the old spreadsheet farm this week, and just everyone's talking about setting goals for the year. Now, I think we can take this a step further. Pub goals for the year. Minimum 3 sessions a week. Easy done. Cross that 1,000-pint barrier. Easy done. It's going to be hard, boys. Half your route's been under 100 kilos. Get about it.
Acid-powered athlete, obviously on acid there, I think. Or I don't know.
Crossing the 1,000-pint threshold.
1,000 pints is doable. That's fucking 3 beers a week.
I'll trust you.
Well, what's 300? Oh, no, there's not 365 weeks. That's 20 pints a week. 52 weeks, 20 pints.
And if you're just...
That is a bit.
Nah, you could do that on a weekend, but...
Oh, yeah, but that means you got to get fucked up every weekend for every weekend of the year.
Yeah.
You got to have 10 pints is a lot. And that's like 2 sessions, 10 pints. Like, that is a lot, actually, now I think about it. I've completely balls the maths up on the first attempt. That is a lot. And what do you say? Half your route's under 100 kilos. That's easier said than done for some blokes.
Yeah, it is. It is easy.
All the best, mate. You got to set goals. You got to set goals. Doesn't matter what you're doing, whether it's, trying to do something with your life or just...
And you know what? When you tick those boxes, you're going to feel accomplished.
I bet he does. I bet he'll feel fucking like terrible.
The acid powered athlete.
All the best, mate. I hope it goes well for you.
Hey, fellas, it's Lachlan Galbraith here.
Lachlan?
Love the pod.
Thank you.
Just want to know your opinion. Is this rolled on or rolled off?
Here we go.
Having to pay for drink bottle lids at hunting shops. It's all about the confidence, baby.
Is that the Lachlan?
No, it'd be a stitch up. It'd be. They've used the name.
I don't know.
They've probably used his name.
Okay, well that's funny.
Yeah, I didn't clock that.
Sorry,
yeah.
I only just jerried onto that too. So last week we did a story, if you didn't listen, about the drummer or bass player from Ocean Alley, keyboardist. Some fucking loser instrument. The keyboardist from Ocean Alley, and he stole a Yeti lid, a drink bottle lid from a fucking surf shop or whatever. Got caught. That was the story.
Yeah.
Someone just rang up pretending to be him. Be great if it was him.
Yeah, and we'll never know. I don't really know what he sounds like.
I don't know. It could be him.
You know what? Let's say he's called into the show. You know what? Thank you. It's nice to know that we're reaching the ears of Ocean Alley.
Yeah, shit, yeah. And our thoughts on it, we made them clear last week. Yeti a big enough to steal from.
Right on.
Right on. Love your music. Oh, here we go.
Bluey, Gabo, Delta Bravo here.
King.
Happy New Year's, cunts.
Happy New Year's, bruh.
Boys, couple of funny things happened over the break. One, it's kind of the reverse of this, but how good is it when you find a FIFO in a jacket pocket or your wallet in a hidden compartment you didn't know was there?
Shit, yeah.
We haven't seen for a while.
Yep, love it.
It's fucking sick. Love it.
Love it.
And
Love
two, had an absolute escape, one for the ages. Pulled out of my jacket pocket one of those little baggies with a button in it and absolutely shit my pants as I threw it down on the desk, not knowing what was in it.
Yeah.
Only to see my boss sort of do the same, and then we both laughed and had a bit of a knowing smile that it was a button and not a bag. Fucking happy days, boys. Rip in. Here's to 2024. What's the weirdest thing you've ever pulled out of a pocket? Laters.
Delta Bravo. If you are watching this on the YouTube version, you will see Delta Bravo's artwork, 3 Pill Larry, that he very fucking kindly painted and donated to the show, sitting over my left shoulder.
Looking immaculate.
It looks good. I find a little makeshift table here.
Out of cardboard?
I think that's a good spot for it.
Oh, it looks good.
Weirdest thing you found in your pocket? I did find a $5 actually when I went out for dinner on the weekend. That was fucking awesome. In this pair of shorts that I hadn't worn for a couple of weeks. Found a $5 there. Found a couple of random 50s. Found a full pack of cigs in a jacket once.
Ooh.
Full bunger. Like one ciggy gone.
And you probably fucking sprayed someone earlier saying, "Who stole me durries?" Knowing your jacket pocket the whole time.
Every chance. That's exactly what I did. And then it was like weeks. It was like a footy prezzo or something. I hadn't worn this jacket for you can go a long time between wearing a jacket. It was and I put it on. I was like, what the full bunger, like 25 of the best. I was like, let's go. Don't smoke, obviously, unless you want to be cool like me.
Cool.
I'm a bit cool, dude, like Uncle Blue. Never, fortunately, found drugs. Don't really hang around.
Yeah. You know where they go.
Because I don't take them.
Yeah.
That's why I don't find them.
They go to the police station.
Because I fucking hand them in to the authorities when I fucking come across that shit.
And they give you...
that fucking crap. And I want that on my podcast.
They give you restaurant vouchers.
And they say, here's 50 to spend at fucking Taco Bell.
Yeah, I've found something I can't talk about. And I've also found... I used to have shockers. I used to be a fiend for chewy. Like, I would just love chewing gum. Put them in the fucking wash with them in my pockets all the time. I had like the fucking most gross pockets.
Yeah. Yeah, chewy tissue paper is a fucking shocker.
Yeah.
For fucking your shit up. Yeah, nothing like super fun, but love that, Delta Bravo.
Yeah,
Great to have you back for 2024, brother. Thank you again for the gorgeous art. I fucking love it. We're getting a fucking very horny collection here.
No, we might have to get a studio this year at this rate. Holy shit.
Yeah, we could. This place could get zhuzhed up a little bit. I know this is your fucking domain. We could get a little working bee.
Yeah, man. Hey, look, if you drop the plans, I'm happy to make some moves. That corner's just stacking rubbish at the moment.
Might put a big mirror there. We can look at ourselves while we pod.
Hey, yeah, not
Real
like we're doing
fucking
that already.
American Psycho style. Patrick Bateman.
Who's fucking who?
We'll find out.
Sup, you blue bag and dogs. First time, long time. You know
Hey.
how it is. New year, new me type of shit.
Let's go.
Anyway, it's two things for you. Fuck Jetstar. Flying home from Brisbane to Newcastle the other week. Probably last week, actually. Standing in line, there was a 15-year-old girl in front of us.
Mm.
Her bags were 2 kilos over carry-on.
Oh, no.
Jetstar wouldn't allow her
Grubs.
to take it on.
Grubs.
So they tried charging her $60.
Grub cunts.
Anyway, she was absolutely in tears. So
Yeah.
being the season of giving, I just whipped my card over,
Mad
paid for
cunt.
it. $55 in total.
Oh.
Anyway, started talking to her. Turns out she was flying home from her dad's back to Newcastle to stay with her mum. And she obviously didn't have the money to pay for it there on the spot. So, it is what it is. This is probably going to be a two-parter, but, fuck yeah.
Legend, man.
That's the first part. Let's address that. First of all, you, sir, are a fucking Australian hero.
That's really, really cool that you did that, brother.
That's awesome. That made me really happy. Second of all, we have said it on this podcast before. I'm going to say it again. Fuck Jetstar, you money grabbing, under delivering fucking grubs. We already know that. We already know they're a budget airline, but that sort of behavior is fucking despicable.
Yeah.
That's fucking First of all, I don't know a lot about baggage limits. I don't know a lot about velocity, aerodynamics, the fucking specifics that go into getting an aeroplane off the ground from one point to another. I do know that I weigh 96 kilos. I do know that a 15-year-old girl probably weighs less than half that, maybe. So why the fuck do we get the same carry-on allowance? So if I'm 96 plus a
Yeah.
fucking 5 kilos, what's 7 kilos you get?
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah.
So if I'm 96 and I max out my carry-on at 6 kilos, let's call it, so that takes me to 102, and she's fucking 45, and she maxes it out, so she goes to 51. So I'm twice.
So do you
and we get the same allowance.
So do you think there should be a new system where, like,
If you're a fat cunt-
the weight limit, there's a weight limit as you and your baggage combined, and if you overdo that threshold, that's when you have to pay extra?
Maybe.
I don't, that's funny. Like, obviously that would never happen, but that's fucking really funny.
They obviously average it out too.
Yeah.
Like they must go, we expect to get this many people. They know what they're doing.
But if the weight limit,
It's just fucking disgraceful that they would, and also to enforce that, to be like a 15-year-old girl like a young girl who's obviously by herself. The second she started looking upset, you should have gone, don't worry about it. To try and that's fucking, anyway.
Where's the line, but is there a line? If she gets to 5 kilos, is she being a brat?
How much over was she?
I don't know. 2 kilos, I think you said.
Who gives a fuck?
So you think there shouldn't be a limit?
I think a 15-year-old girl who's traveling by herself
Gets no limit.
should, not no limit, but
I'm asking you what the limit is. 10, 15?
what, over?
Yeah.
Oh, like to actually make her pay?
Yeah.
If she had a 20 kilo bag, say we're going to check it for you. We're going to throw that under the fucking plane.
Mm.
Yeah. But like, if you can see a 15-year-old girl traveling by herself who's getting upset that you're making her pay $60 that she doesn't have,
2 kilos.
just fucking shut your mouth and go to the next person, cunt. Or his better idea, put the FPOS terminal away and fuck off to the break room and have a coffee.
Let everyone through.
Let these fucking cunts board the flight and fucking don't worry about it.
Call it a day.
I told you this happened to me at Brisbane, and they started trying. And me and my mate just went, no, we'll just sit here. Like, they didn't come to us. We just fucking waited and got on. Yeah, that bothers me.
I can tell.
That bothers me. Thank you for calling. I don't think he's called back with a second part, but we do have another dial in. Thanks for calling in.
If there's one thing-
You are a hero, sir.
That is really awesome.
You are a
bro.
fucking hero for paying for that girl's bags.
Made her holiday season, probably.
Good on you, mate.
G'day, winners. Perth Fisher here.
Here he is.
Just hoping everybody had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. You with a little Christmas story of my own. So, get up in the morning, do the bloody presses with the kids and shit. Gave me wife whatever the fuck I got her. Stayed at a spa. And, No prezzies for Big Daddy. After a certain amount of time, you stop getting socks and jocks too. It just happens.
Yeah.
You know? Fuck it, whatever. And the old fella comes around later in the day to give the kids their presents and bloody have a bit of lunch and shit. And what can I see? One of these little prezzies has my name written on it.
Hey.
Like, oh, something for Big Daddy. There we are. We're into it. Something for the picture kid. And unwrap it. It's a self-help book, which hurt my feelings a little, I'm not going to lie. And big old bag of mushies. It's fucking Rick. So, yeah, my Christmas evening was spent eating a shitload of mushies with my wife and letting her pick a movie. Picked some Rebel Moon bullshit. Holy dooly. I still have no idea what happened in that movie, but it was fucking interesting. I got stuck in a Louisiana accent because I forgot what my real voice was. And boys, she fucking ripped. Anyway, have a good one. Fuck yeah.
Piss wreck on the psychedelics.
The
Christmas
mush wreck.
night. Sounds great.
The Perth mush wreck.
The mushy wreck. Sounds like a lot of fun, mate. I'm glad you got a Prezi. It does seem to be like Dad's kind of maybe get forgotten a little bit. I didn't forget my dad. I got my dad a sick Prezi. I got him a nice pillow.
Oh.
He loves to sleep. He loves his Arvo naps. And I've been telling him for years, I said, don't sleep. Don't sleep in the Arvo. Just fucking stay up and go to bed early. And he just has napped for it. So I've stopped fighting it. I said, you know what? I'm going to get you a real nice pillow. You nap on, King.
Nap on.
You nap on, you
Nap on,
fucking
Papa Blue. Blue
dickhead.
Senior.
Senior. The boys call him Senior. All my mates call him Senior.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to like this one.
Louis, hey, Bo, it's the funk.
We want fun.
Oh, that's a fucking beautiful way to start 2024, Gabe.
Thank
You're
you,
on
buddy.
fucking fire, brother. Keep it up.
Let's go, Funk.
Yeah.
Anyways, boys, with 2023 in the bag, just want to take a little moment to reflect. What was your worst part about 2023? Now, mine probably happened on the 26th of December when we copped that fucking massive hailstorm and my 8-month-old $40,000 car copped rain damage like you wouldn't fucking believe. I reckon at least probably 7 panels and a back windscreen smashed. It wasn't a happy camper that day. We did all right the test match though, so that's all that matters.
Respect.
But let's not be all negative, boys. Tell me what your worst part about 2023 was, and tell me what your best part about 2023 was. And don't say it was the podcast. We all know the podcast is fucking great, boys. Keep it up. Love the work. The funk out.
Kept us hanging there.
I'm not sure if the funk listened to the last episode.
Nah, we did touch on last year, but he did say not the podcast. Yeah. Worst part, I did get fucked by
the house thing.
Yeah. By this, I can't go into it I spoke to a professional and he said you could potentially be sued for defamation. And once I start talking about it, I'm going to fucking unload.
But Bluey having to move. Can we say that?
The circumstances around my living were the fault of an absolute cocksucker. And cocksucker. And me and my missus went through a tough time. Well, I say tough time. Like, one bloke made our lives fucking very hard for a couple of weeks. It wasn't bad. Like, we're fine. But this bloke is a fucking complete fucking cocksucker.
Don't burr up, because you may not know this, and I'm sorry, but Bluey did burr up about this one episode, and we had to cut the whole thing because he's gone home and he's had a fucking think after he's calmed down. He goes, "Can we cut that?"
I did seek legal advice because the sort of bloke this bloke is, he's like he fucking sue you for defamation.
Anyway,
if anyone can draw inference to who he is, blah blah blah. My lawyer said don't talk about it.
Now stop talking about it.
But anyway, that was like, and it's fucking whatever. Like, people go through shit. It's fine. Aside from that, I had a fucking amazing year, which we spoke about last week. Best thing that wasn't the pod.
What about the start of the year, mate? Or that overseas stuff? That was probably good for you.
Oh, yeah, my trip to America.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went and a really good mate got married in Hawaii, and then I had I was in America for a month with my beautiful partner. That'd be it. And heaps of fucking sick shit happened on that trip, but that whole month was it was like one of the best fucking holidays I reckon I'll ever go on. What about you, mate?
Low light for me, besides when the pod's fucked up.
Fuck.
We touched on that last time. Those were just fucking headaches, and it's fucking
it hurts.
It was avoidable.
Whatever.
Probably also managing the last job I was doing.
Yeah.
That was fucking really annoying.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was another thing I won't touch on too much, but yeah, fucking that sucked. That was probably like, but that's it. The fact that is like my lowest is a good thing.
That's what I think. I always go like, fuck me, can't like harden up. Like I'm not hard. Like obviously everyone goes.
Nah, you can be sad about it, but as long as you just acknowledge.
They're not. You look at like really, what have we really got to be upset about?
Exactly.
Like I know, like there's people that are actually going through it.
Way to put the marker on us, by the way.
Oh yeah, something bad will happen. But like there's people that are properly going through it, and then sometimes I get upset about like I'm having a tough day at work. I'm like, shut up, cunt. Like you got no idea.
My highlight, besides the podcast, first thing that comes to mind, pardon me, was probably attending my like first wedding from a mate. It was really nice. Obviously, I didn't get to MC like I would have liked to, but it was really fun, and I love when love's in the air.
Weddings rule. Weddings fucking rule.
Oh no, and you said yours. Cool.
Yeah, America fucking ruled. I love America. I'm going back. Yeah. I loved it so much. I'm going back next month. That's going to be a good episode after that.
Hey, Daily Blue. Ooh. I'm just about to do a big fart. Oh. I'll see if the missus reacts.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah, I was going to be off that until the post of I'll see if she reacts.
That could have been my house. That literally could have been my house.
Hey, it was a fart, Dar.
Yeah, that literally could have been I do that. That happens in my house every single night.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Can we clip that? Can that be one of the clips this week? I really like that.
It's simple fun.
That's what this pod is, mate. Just fucking bloke shitting.
I worked at a trust plant in Alaska every summer to go through college. And we're always kind of pulling pranks on each other. But one day to get this guy back, I went into the women's restroom because we only took shits in the women's restroom.
Of course.
Because there was no women there.
Okay.
And I lined the toilet seat with packets of ketchup and then put the seat down and left and turned the light off. And an hour later, I go check it and the door's locked. And I look around and everybody's accounted for on the floor. But keep watching and I see the manager, the fucking boss, come out and go back upstairs to his office. So I run in there really quick and there's fucking ketchup blasted all over the walls and the bowl and the ceiling. It's fucking everywhere. So I clean it up as best I can and get the fuck out of there. 20 minutes later, he sticks his head out the window, starts yelling at some dude to go clean it up.
Two-parter.
They don't know what he's talking about, so they go in there. You can kind of smell it, heavy vinegar, but nobody says anything. Nobody knows what happened. And so the assistant manager comes down, starts telling the story that Jim went down to take a shit and got blasted in his nutsack with about 15 ketchup packets, and it went all over his nuts and his pants and his underwear and up his back and up his crack and up the wall. And he spent 30 minutes down there trying to take a shit and clean ketchup off his nuts. So everybody thought it was a real good laugh and they couldn't figure out who did it. And the whole time I just know I'm getting fucking fired today. And it didn't happen because everybody was a pretty good sport about it, but it was fucking close on that day.
Talking worksite pranks. So he didn't get fired. I was hoping he got fired. That's kind of anticlimactic.
Yeah.
Good story. Kind of just fizzed out though.
I'll be honest, I'm lost on what the prank was.
So I'm with you there, mate.
Yeah. You wanted to give him benefit of the doubt.
I think they put ketchup
on the toilet seat.
ketchup packets, little sachets of ketchup under the seat and around the seat. So someone sat on the seat and ketchup's gone everywhere.
No, I do
exploding
follow
ketchup.
Now. I do follow now.
But then it seemed as though the guy that he got went out and then he ran in and cleaned it. And then, I don't know.
I don't know, but at least I am following what actually happens now. Ketchup packets under the seat.
Yeah, little
the
sachets.
Pressure goes down.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So there's that.
Yeah, that's funny. That's a funny
kind of
prank.
anticlimactic when he didn't get sacked, but great stuff.
Gaby.
Here we go.
So this is why you cop so much shit over your animal fighting scenarios. You don't even recognise wild animals in their natural habitat, mate. I gave you the cheese hint. I gave you the bald hint, and you would have seen my majestic wingspan perched up at the bar.
I knew it.
And yet you still couldn't figure out it was the bald eagle hiding in plain sight and shouting your schooners.
Thank you, brother.
Fuck me. Drake's a pedophile.
The eagle was your secret admirer that shouted you and your missus a bevy.
Thank you so much, Bald Eagle. My missus came out. She goes, said your bald mate sent me. I go, did he say Bald Eagle? And she goes, no, I just said bald mate. So I did speculate that it was the eagle.
You were suspicious.
Yeah.
The eagle was squawking around, shouting schooners. He's the man. I actually did a scaffolding job for the eagle today.
That's sick. Thank you so much, Eagle.
Eagle's the man.
I wish I got to say good day to you, mate.
Eagle's the man.
Slack from me.
He gave you the chance and then he said, you know what? You blew it, eagle out.
Yeah.
He didn't come to you. He didn't come to you. He makes you work the eagle. He didn't come to you.
Which I kind of like.
Yeah, fuck yeah, bro.
Makes me turned on.
Treat him mean.
G'day, Blue. G'day, Gabe. Just sort of dial in and say thanks, boys. The podcast is fucking amazing. I'm loving it. Definitely something to look forward to each week. Definitely puts a smile on my face, so that's always good. Just a question for Blue. Mate, have you got any tips for apprentices? And also, Gabe, fuck you.
I thought you had a question for you too.
Yeah, I was like, oh, what am I going to get?
Yeah, that's tips for apprentices. So scaffolding is one of the trade. Well, it's not a trade. You don't have to do an apprenticeship. You just get
labouring.
You just get your scaffolding ticket. But for I suppose if you're new on a job site as an apprentice, listen. Be prepared to get shit on. But stand up for yourself too. You don't have to just get shit on for no reason. But people are going to fuck with you. That's going to happen.
That is what it is.
You're in any new hierarchy at the bottom of a pecking order. That's just what it is. Have thick skin. Listen. Be prepared to work hard. You need to drink 5 cans of mother every day. Fucking turn up on time's a big one that fucking bothers me. Be there 5 minutes early at least. Be ready to work at 7. Don't get to work at fucking 7:05.
Early's on time's late.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. It's all pretty straightforward. But if you got a good boss and you
which are harder to find than you'd think.
Yeah, for sure. People the apprentices suck. There's plenty of fucking dickheads running crews too. Yeah, I don't know. If you're going for an apprenticeship, mate, you obviously listen to this podcast, so you're pretty switched on. I think you'll be fine. I think you'll be sweet.
So, in a roundabout way, Bluey's advice is keep listening to the pod.
Just listen to the pod, mate. And
that'll get you through it, bruh.
Do what I do. You'll be sweet. Cool. So, got a mail-in. So, last week we covered the inmate who, in the maximum security jail, scaled a couple of fences to fuck his missus who was being held at the female correctional facility. Got a mail-in from...
the prisoner himself.
Well, not the prisoner, but... this guy's a screw. Now, not at that jail, but he's a screw, so the screws are talking. So it's just a little bit of inside scoop. The inmate got over 2 fences and into his girl's cell. They barricaded themselves in the cell because only the officers can lock the cell. So I don't know how they barricaded themselves, mattresses or something, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
They fucked twice and were mid-fuck on the 3rd before the officers used chemical agents on the pair. So they got capsicum spray. Old mate was rock hard when they used the chemical agents to breach the cell.
Sick.
So there's a couple of details that we didn't cover that one of the screws has given me this week.
I like that we have the inside scoop on that.
We got
because I'm not sure that made it to news articles.
It wouldn't, mate. That's only the news that the insiders can get. That's they're the details you only get on this podcast, guys.
Bro was going for a 3-peat.
Huge respect. He's been locked up, mate.
Yeah.
He could have done fucking 10 rounds if he had to.
Fuck, mate, I'm not going to get 2.
Well, I took a walk around the world to ease my troubled mind. I left my body lying somewhere in the sands of time. Well, I watch the world float to the dark side of the moon. I fear there's nothing I can do.
Here it comes.
Well, I watch the world float to the dark side of the moon. After all, I knew it had to be something to do with blue. I really don't mind what happens now and then, as long as you'll be my friend at the end. If I go crazy, then will you still call me Gabe-alicious? You're my boy, Blue.
That was Golden Tonsils Dylan himself. Freaks back. First one for 2024. Good to have the Piss Rag and Dill same episode. I think...
Homegrown Daily Blue talent.
Love it. Love it. It's just production line of fucking great singers here. Great to have you back, brother. Happy 2024.
Blue and Gabe. How's it going, boys?
Shane.
I've got a question for you, Blue, and a bit of a fun fact for Gabe. I'll start off with Gabe. everyone gives a shit about not eating cheese. Did you know that the world's biggest YouTuber also hates cheese?
Mr. Beast.
But old Mr. Beast isn't a fan of cheese, so you're not alone there, buddy.
Success.
And Blue, that video I posted to the newsroom last week about the dodgy scaffolding, it got me thinking, have you ever had to bodge up a bit of scaffolding to the point where you think, holy fuck, this is not safe? Anyway, boys, love your work. Love yous. Peace out.
Love you, Shano. Uncle Shano there. He posted a video in the newsroom, some very red hot scaff. There's a bit gets around on social media. Not a lot I take very seriously in this life. My job's one of them.
I love that he's asked. He's like, hey, has the business that you own ever done a really bad job?
No, you can't. And the thing, like, it's a pain in the ass, but it's a good thing. I was literally talking about it today. The building industry is quite heavily regulated here with like safe work and like fucking unions and stuff, which is a really good thing. Because you go overseas and you see shit like that, people die. Like the reality of like dodgy electrical work, dodgy scaffolding, dodgy cranes, all that shit, people die. So not to get too serious, Shano, but something I don't fuck around with is my scaff, baby. Take pride in my work.
And if fucking not liking cheese has anything to do with Mr. B's success, it makes fucking so much sense while this podcast is on an upward trajectory.
We're on the up.
You aligned yourself with the right guy, mate.
I knew the second you said you didn't like cheese, I was like, this little weird cunt's my guy.
People aren't gonna like this, but
I'm just gonna tough it out because he's going big.
Here's I wouldn't say a loophole for some of the young punters out there.
Love a loophole.
If you're ever in need of some quick cash, $1,000 or $2,000, you don't really want to fuck around with payday loans and interest and fucking your credit rating up, go into Fantastic Furniture, buy something, pretty much max out your Afterpay on one item at Fantastic Furniture, pay for it with Afterpay, then, sorry, a bit puffed from the gym, then return the item and say, oh look, it's not going to fit in my house or it's the wrong one. Anyway, doesn't really matter what the fuck you say to them. So I'll return it. They'll then scan your card. The money that you spent on Afterpay will get put back onto your card just as a fucking cash payment. So if you spend $2,000 on a lounge and then return it, the money gets put back on your card as cash. You still have to pay Afterpay back, but
is this
you can
fucking retarded?
Message them and set up a 12-month payment plan. So just say you get $3,000 off them. That's $3,000 cash loan, interest free, for 12 months for $60 a week. So don't be silly with it, obviously. Don't gamble the cunt or fucking blow it up your nose. But it is hard when you're a young fella to get a bit of cash. You might want to buy a car and you're a couple of grand short. There's a loophole for you. Also, just to follow up, I have actually caught my breath. It was about 20 metres in front of me running down the street, but I've caught it now, so I'm all good. I'm still here. I haven't passed on to another realm, so yes, all good.
Yeah, that's pretty wild if you can do that.
So you're essentially borrowing money from.
It's an interest-free. It's an interest-free.
Interest-free loan.
And
okay.
it's like
yeah.
instant.
Cool. Yep.
If you can do it, probably I don't know. Sounds red hot.
It does sound a bit red hot.
But if you can do it, like it's I don't know. Yeah, because Afterpay is one thing. Your debit card's another.
Afterpay takes your money.
Yeah, that's how you pay it back, mate. So like you get the lounge.
Yeah, true. Yep.
You understand?
Yeah, I'm there now.
Yeah. I mean, if you can do it, you're not paying interest on a short-term loan or get it over 12 months or whatever. Yeah, roll it on if it's fair income.
No, yeah.
I'm not saying it's not. It sounds too good to be true is what I'm saying. If you're in some cash in a hurry.
I'm happy to call that a rort, I think.
Let's go. Yeah, it's definitely a rort.
Yeah.
Oh,
he said it wasn't a rort.
I mean, is it even that illegal?
I guess you're not fucking anyone, are you? You're not getting one over the big guy. You just kind of get a bit of extra cash.
Yeah, but I don't mind it.
Paying back. It's not a rort.
You're making the system work for you because if Afterpay are happy to tick you up the money and you're not stealing a lounge, you're just getting a lounge and giving it straight back and you're getting a loan and giving it straight back. I don't know. If you can do it, I reckon it is a rort. I reckon play on. You're just gaming the system.
Good stuff.
I love it. And he's very out of breath too. I'm glad he's okay.
Yeah, thank God.
Don't mind it. And that was our last dial-in.
Awesome.
Guys, thank you as always. Many of you returning to work this week. Glad to have you back. Good luck. Those of you returning to work next week, suck us both off for having an extra week off. Fuck you. from Gabe and I. We're cooking, mate. That's episode 2 for 2024. We got cooking with gas.
Yeah, we're cooking with gas. We're on fire. Guys, if you enjoyed the episode, feel free to rate it 5 stars. Helps the podcast grow. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And next week, if you're looking for another episode...
There'll be one on Wednesday.
There'll be one on Wednesday on Patreon.
That's 2-houry too. I know you told me not to say it. That's 2-houry. I'm calling it.
I saw you notice it. And
I clocked it and I went, yes. 2. That's 2. And then a little fist pump. That's for you. Guys, see you next Friday if we don't see you before.
Love your work. See ya.
Bye.
You're my boy, Blue!